Good morning, good morning. Oh, I'm here today. Hope you guys are doing good today. Market is down. Dow is down. Oil is down as well. So a lot of stuff's down actually. We're still pretty close to these big all-time high levels. I'm looking at the Nasdaq hitting 30,000. But yeah, look at the market here, guys.
Hey, good morning, everybody. What's going on?
Brit is here, guys. Brit is here. They said Brit wasn't gonna be here, you know.
Yeah.
And he's here.
They said he couldn't do it. They were wrong. He's back.
Right. They said he couldn't do it. They said he was gone forever. You know, they said, you know, we'll never see him again. Anyways, guys, the big news today, we have Warsh officially confirmed. Officially in as Fed chairman. Today is Jerome Powell's last FOMC day. It's the last Powell day. It is a moment in time for Powell. It's his last day in the Fed. We have Miran leaving the Fed. You know, we have Miran leaving the Fed. The president has been speaking over the last, really the last hour. Yields are popping this morning. Yields are up. But yeah, Miran left the Federal Reserve. Now, if you remember, Miran was one of the more dovish heads in the Fed. He was one of the more dovish heads, the Federal Reserve. Now, if you remember, yeah, so Miran is out. He's basically leaving when Warsh steps in. Miran is out of the Federal Reserve, so replaced by Warsh. You know, Warsh is a dove, curious, they call him, but in a totally different mode than Miran. Miran was straightforward growth dove, cut. Warsh is a regime reform dove, wants to change Fed methodology, balance sheet, communications, and more. Warsh has talked about new inflation framework, regime change in policy conduct, shrinking the Fed's balance sheet, less Fed speaking, and keeping the Fed in its narrow mandate. None of those things are necessarily like cut now, we're going to cut now, but Miran always dissented, wanted more cuts, faster cuts, was very open about it. And so Warsh is a little bit different. I mean, Warsh is replacing Jerome Powell, but we're talking about doves in the Federal Reserve is what we're talking about. So Miran is out. He was the most dovish head in the Fed. Powell is staying on as governor, but said he'll keep a low profile, won't be the dovish counterweight. We'll see if that actually happens. Cook is still up there, caught in the president's litigation. Waller has been back and forth. But the hawkish side of the Fed is currently Hammock, Logan, Kashkari, and now people are sometimes seeing Warsh as a hawk. I don't necessarily see him that way. I think he's dovish, personally. But that is where we're at.
So basically, even though they were both technically dovish, their goals didn't necessarily line up.
Yeah, they're just slightly different. Like, Miran is basically pure dove. Miran, right? So Miran is like, let's lower interest rates. Let's print. Like, let's get these rates down. You know, let's stimulate right now.
So him leaving won't necessarily negatively affect Warsh just because their goals weren't quite the same.
Right. It'll affect it because, you know, there'll be one less dove in the Fed. Yeah, or right. Whatever. Exactly. Right. That's exactly right. There's one less potential ally for Warsh in the Fed. 100%. But yeah, yields are up, guys. Look at yields this morning. And the president spoke. Let's kind of recap some of the stuff the president said. So the president's been talking about Iran. He's been talking about China. He's been talking about all these different things. So let's talk about it. So Trump said a couple different things this morning. He said they got a soybean deal with China. Says Nvidia chip sales didn't come up with China. He says they discussed Ukraine with China. Says we have received a total military victory against Iran. Iran bridges electrical capacity and sites we can hit, he says. Again, he said we achieved a total military victory. He said the U.S. and China is possibly working together on AI guardrails. Said H200 is a great chip. Says they discussed denuclearization with China. Positive response, he said. Discussed that. He said, I'm okay with Iran suspending the nuclear program for 20 years, but has to be a real commitment. He doesn't want to comment on the Department of Justice and Cuban leader. On Cuba, he said they need help. He said Boeing agreed to buy 200 Boeing planes with a potential commitment of 750 planes.
Wait, you mean China agreed to buy?
Oh my gosh, dude. I've been sneezing again, Britt. It's your fault, bro.
It is. It's because I left. You missed me some.
I know.
You good?
Yeah, I just gotta get a napkin.
Okay.
Dude, I've been sneezing the last like month. Oh.
I'm embarrassed for you, John. The whole chat is making fun of you now.
I know. I feel it. I feel the judgment just from that sneeze. Like, you know.
Just like you could just hear the whole chat go, ew.
Like we scoff at you, Britt. I sneeze at you. You know.
You sneezing.
Right.
So did you mean to? And correct me if I'm wrong, but you said Boeing is going to buy 250 or 200 jets. Did you mean China's going to buy 200?
Yeah, that's probably what it means. Honestly, what I'm reading says Boeing, but I'm pretty sure they meant China with a potential commitment of 750 planes. He said President Xi and Trump and I agree on very much, he says. Says, did Iran ceasefire as a favor to other nations? That I will make a determination about arms sales to Taiwan, he says. I've made no commitment on Taiwan. Thinks we'll be fine on Taiwan. Says Iran has done no business in the last weeks. Man, he's been speaking.
Yeah, he has.
So I see Arashi says subject of Iran enriched material very complicated. He says Iran prepared to go back to fighting and also prepared for diplomatic solutions. But yeah, we also had, speaking of Iran, he said, going back to some of the earlier stuff Trump said, or the later things Trump said, if we don't get nuclear dust, we'll go in. I've had communications with North Korean leaders. May get it at the right time regarding Iran nuclear material, enriched material. He disputes reporting that Iran has maintained its missile capacity, says 80% gone. And on UK Prime Minister, he said, will be tough for Starmer to survive politically unless he deals with immigration and energy policy. On Rubio, he said he thinks he's outstanding. Says, I make decision on Texas GOP primary Senate race. And more. But point is, the president's been speaking. I don't mean to go through too much stuff, but point is, president has been speaking. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Let me say hello to the chat here, you know.
Okay.
All right. So, what's up? Want to be a trader? Brian, Steve, Renewal, Camille, Deck, Ava, Gene, Brandon, Sam, Uncle Nelly, Markman, Yee, Baud, Arcane, Dragos, George or Jorge, Killing Frenzy, Alvin, Altec, Duality, Michelle, Farmer, Ashun, Jay, Quat, Dragos, John Locke, Riz, Surge, Mama Pawn, Jay, Pew, Family, Bog, Andrew, Ty, Rising Sun, F, G-Man, Rob, Lee, Gene, the other Gene, or Gen X, Gene, JJ, Eric, Saul, Wisdom. There's a lot of names to go through today, guys. Vetus, Ritesh, wow. Yeah, Big Slump, Stuff, Sacrament, Secret Squirrel, Straight Jacket. What's up, guys? Good morning. We're here today.
Everybody. Now I'm going to read all the same names. Get ready.
Yeah. All right. No. Artificial Intelligence, Dragos, Curtis. What's up, guys? Anyways, hey, listen. Yields are higher today, guys. Look at 10-year treasuries. Yields are bumping up. Weird because it's kind of a delayed response to inflation data. Like, bro, inflation data came out Tuesday and Wednesday. Today is Friday. You know, we are now seeing the elevated yields that people were expecting on Tuesday and Wednesday. Like, look at yields jump. So yields are already up. 10-year yields are currently at 4.53% right now. 4.53%. So yields are a little bit higher today. So kind of a delayed response. 2-year yields are up as well. So a little strange, to be honest. Kind of delayed. My guess is this is Miran stepping down. Again, Miran is a dovish Fed member. And so him stepping down. And, you know, most people had already baked in Warsh coming in there. And so the Fed losing a dovish head in the Fed is making yields go up. More hawkish, higher rate potential. So making yields in turn go up is what this probably is.
So did gold go down then, and like correspondingly, like it should?
Gold sometimes just follows market, so I'm assuming I haven't even looked at gold. I'm guessing it's down too, though. Yeah,
That's why I was asking. Like
Yeah,
sometimes it doesn't do what you expect, you know.
right. It kind of follows markets a lot of the time too, so it's a little gold's nuanced in how it moves for sure. Yeah. So gold is down. So a lot of people say it is the Japan inflation that's kind of scaring markets here. Let's see.
I'm assuming that's oil related.
Probably. It's got to be. I'm assuming. Let's see.
Yeah.
When did Japan inflation come out? Was it yesterday? Looking at Thursday. I don't see it. I see UK GDP show up yesterday. Was it early this morning maybe? Let's see. Early this morning. Italian. Hong Kong GDP. Yeah, it's not. What are y'all talking about?
It's not out?
No, I don't. Who's yields up, gold down? Gold usually dumps when yields are up.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, gold's gonna dump when yields are up. Yeah, that's right. Gold going up. Gold dumping when yields are up is because bonds pay more. You know, so like bonds pay out more, higher interest rates. People have less need to buy gold because their bonds are paying out so much.
Yeah. Oh. Thanks.
3% expected, 4.9% real. Smash the like button. Hey, do it now.
I did hear about the Secret Service and Xi's security getting into a fight. That's wild.
Wait, what?
Secret Service and Xi Jinping's security got into a physical altercation whenever Secret Service was trying to enter a venue, and they wanted to take their guns from Secret Service, and they're like, no, and so they got into a fist fight.
Oh wow, interesting. I wonder. Who
I mean,
won.
they got it worked. They got it worked out, but still, like, it's just kind of weird that they would try to take the Secret Service's guns. Like, you know who they are and where they're coming from and what they're there for.
Yeah. No, for sure. That's strange. Yeah, that's strange. So Japanese PPI was released at 4.9% versus 3% yesterday. Yeah, I was just out looking that up. Japanese PPI. Here it is. Yeah, it should have been 4.9%. When did this come out? This came out yesterday. Okay, I got it. Yeah. It was expected at 3%. It should have been 4.9%. That's a wild print for the Bank of Japan, or for Japan. But it's not a shock. I mean, this is from oil. It accelerated from an upwardly revised 2.9% increase in the prior month and exceeding market estimates of 3%. This was the fastest annual growth since May of 23 amid intense cost pressures following a spike in energy linked to supply chain disruptions from the conflict. Main upward pressure came from transport equipment, which is up 1.6% versus 1.4% in March. Drinks and food up 4.1 versus 4.3%. Chemicals up 9.2 versus 0.8%. So that's what it is. Petroleum and coal was down 7.1% previously, up 5.3% now. Electrical machinery up 3.8% versus 2.9% and more. So yeah, Japanese producer prices up. I mean, not a shock though. I mean, this is kind of, you know, generally speaking. And it's generally, it's not a perfect correlation, but it all correlates. Like US up, US PPI was so bad on Wednesday, worse than CPI was. PPI showed up at a shocking print, 1% core, which excludes food and energy direct, you know, first round effects, and 1.4% headline, which includes food and energy prices. Yeah, AMAT, not trying to bring politics. What? Yeah, join the Discord.
I mean, that was more of an event than really like a political based statement, in my opinion. But
what
he said, sorry, about the Secret Service and Chinese thing, like, that wasn't really political. It was just something that happened, in my opinion.
Honestly, I see it as beef, you know, just beef, you know. I wonder who won.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. A factor that also considers the estimated year-end price of the S&P is 8,000. Yeah, S&P very close to 8,000. If you look at it here, I'm wondering when, 30,000 is going to hit on the Nasdaq. We got really close to it too. We got really close to 30K. 30K is right here. And so I'm really curious. But then we kind of pulled back a little bit today. So look, here's 30,000. I was wondering if we were going to test this today. It is Jerome Powell's last day. This is why you can't trust crypto social media a lot of the time. I'm a big crypto guy. I like crypto. But if you look this up, dude, like I looked up Warsh FOMC speech, bro, and they all just reshare the same thing. None of this is accurate, bro. None of this is accurate. And they just kind of regurgitate nonsense. Like they say, Monday, Warsh becomes new Fed chair. That's wrong. Tuesday, CPI report. That was actually right. Wednesday, FOMC chair speech. That was wrong. Friday, Trump meeting. That was wrong. Thursday, Fed balance sheet. Like, they just get a lot of this stuff wrong, bro. And I'm pretty sure they all just kind of reshare the same thing. Like, one post it, and then they want to, I got beef with some of these crypto pages leading people astray. They're like Brit, They lead people astray.
Yeah. Except I don't know if they do it on purpose. I know I do.
Hey, John. Hey, Britt. Nice to have you back. What's up, Toxic?
Thanks, Toxic. Appreciate it, man.
Is that a new thing you added to your name? They're still saying on a factor to consider is that the estimated year. Yeah, S&P up a lot. Not trying to bring politics. Let me put it in live chat. There we go. Yeah, and their media got into an altercation. Yeah. Fake news. Yeah, maybe.
What I think I saw earlier somebody said Nvidia's down. Where's Nvidia right now?
Nvidia has earnings next Wednesday. So Nvidia it's down a little bit on the day, but it's still up big. Like here's an hourly chart on Nvidia. You can kind of see how much overall. Well, it's been breaking all-time highs every day. Like yesterday it got up to 241. It did pull back a relatively decent amount here though. So it did pull back. It pulled back about $10 a share, which for a $240 stock is not a small percentage.
Yeah, no, correct. Yeah, I get you. You're right.
Yeah, so that is like that's a little bit less than 5%, but it's still a large pullback. Just in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Still short on Bitcoin. Red tape all day. Everything is red. I think we might get a pullback today into option expiry and then rally into Nvidia earnings and a 30,000 Nasdaq. My hands will be off. Yeah.
Like they're doing like SanDisk and all that.
Yeah, so SanDisk, man, that's Bitcoin's still sitting at about 80,000. Still holding. The Clarity Act did pass yesterday, guys. So the Clarity Act did pass. All right. So Nasdaq is here. We've had a pretty good string of trading days in my trading as well. I'm almost tempted to buy the Nasdaq here. The only problem is that we're so close to lows. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Buy or sell right now, guys. I guess it's the point here. Buy or sell. Is it a buy or sell market right now?
I have no clue. And honestly,
Britt, you need to tell us, bro.
The fact that I wasn't on the last couple days also makes it a little harder to guess.
I know, bro. Britt comes in for the Sting concert. I have to get up every day. Britt just sleeps in, man. I blame Britt. I blame Britt for being tired today.
I got up the first day to get on, and there was no room behind John's desk. Y'all should see his setup, like a quantum computer setup. It's ridiculous. Like, y'all wonder how he knows all the news before everybody else? It's because he has like just a state-of-the-art like computer that nobody else has.
That's right. It's pre-quantum, they say. Yeah.
I mean, like the thing even has a flux capacitor on it. So.
Yeah. Gigahertz.
Wait. So, what did you say about SanDisk? Where is it at?
SanDisk is down under 1,400. Under 1,400 for SanDisk. Look, here's SanDisk right here. Under 1,400s. It does seem like a little I'm not gonna say buy the pullback, but it looks interesting. Like this, like if you put up like a 10-day chart, it's a reasonable pullback. I mean, it's up so much though that it's hard to really bet, you know, on. I think it's hard to bet on.
I think so. I mean, you don't think it's like overinflated, huh?
What's the PE ratio for SanDisk right now? Let me see. P ratio.
Yep, at two Brit at me, buddy.
E2 Brite.
Yep.
No, so I'm seeing the forward PE, and then now this is an AI generated PE ratio. It says the forward PE is between 8.2 and 8.7 for SanDisk. So that means that SanDisk has got to be producing some money here. Hold on, let's see. EPS. Yeah, I mean, now that I think about it, SanDisk's EPS was pretty freaking big. Here's
yeah.
Here's SanDisk's numbers here. Yeah, they're pulling in 24 EPS, $24 something cents EPS. Yeah, it's option expiry today. Yeah, that's a big story today.
Well, you know, in the words of Frito Pendejo, I like money. So
yeah, money is. Some people say money is good to have. Some people.
I've heard that. They also say it makes the world go round. I don't know, but
yeah, no, for sure. Definitely makes my life easier if I have it. Anyways, I might actually short this, guys. It kind of looks like a short now. I know I wanted to go long. We're going to start small, add to it if it goes in my favor, keep it really low, really tight, really small. Doesn't matter too much if we lose. I mean, it matters. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to lose. But
you don't.
I know, shock. And we are immediately pretty green in here, guys. Look at this, you know.
Looking at it, shorting might be the way to go.
Yeah. I don't mind if we get down here under the volume profile as well. We're going to start small, see if the volume profile breaks down, and then add to it. I'd love it under 250, though, but... let's see what happens here, guys. Are you guys long or short with me? You kind of need money? Yeah, that's true. Sometimes. Some say money is good.
But yeah, I mean, I've also found that people get really mad when, like, you go in and order a bunch of food and then you say, I don't have money. Like,
yeah, that probably is true.
Yeah, like they make you wash dishes or they, you know.
Yeah.
Discharge you.
All right, guys. Bull or bear in chat? Let me know right now. Bull or bear in chat? I expect the chat to awaken here. I expect you guys to respond. Be active. Bull or bear, let me know. Right now. In the Nasdaq. I'm in the Nasdaq here. I might add to it. We're green on my short position. But bull or bear, let me know. Long, short, 100%. Bear, none.
I don't know about bull or bear, but I support your short decision.
Yeah, you got to sort of eagle. Okay, bear. Depends on the tweets. Bull, of course. Bear, bull, big bear. Always shorting. Bull until the open. Bear. All right, guys, let's see. Let's see. I'm green here, though. I wanted to break down a little bit more, but... and I do think we're close enough to all-time highs still, where the bulls do have a little bit of sway here. A German bear? Is that bad?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know how. I don't know what in what context he meant that in. You know what's a scary bear? A sloth bear. You know, sloth bears are freaking scary. A sloth bear?
Really?
Dude, look up a sloth bear video. Those things.
It's not some kind of fake animal, is it?
No, no. It's a legitimate animal. Sloth bears are freaking scary. Like, I don't want to fight a sloth bear.
All right. Well, I'll look it up.
Okay, that's all cool, Ash. I can appreciate you here, you know. Dividend drips. Well, polar bears are the scariest, you know. A sloth bear.
Yeah, but you're a lot less likely to run into a polar bear than other types.
That's very true. That's very true. You know, not unless I'm hanging out in the Arctic. Anyways, today is OPEX day. It's monthly option expiry day. Third Friday of the month is monthly options expiry. So VIX options expire, monthly index options expire, monthly ETF options expire, monthly stock options expire. Actually, VIX options expired Wednesday. It's not quad witch. That's only March, June, September, December. But it is option expiry day today, guys. So will we get crazy volatility for this Friday on OPEX day? We'll see. We'll see. Grizzlies are scarier? Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't say it was the scariest bear. I just said I don't want to fight a sloth bear.
They're eat termites and bugs and fruit and stuff. Are they aggressive?
Bears? No.
No, you know? Well, specifically the sloth bear. I mean, like, some bears are not. Some bears are not super duper aggressive. Like, they'll attack you if they're threatened. Some of them, but
nah, dude, they're not aggressive, bro. Look up a video, dude. That's all I'm saying. Just look up a video. Yeah.
I know most bears are aggressive. Stop fooling with me, John.
Dude, these bears are hyper aggressive, bro. Anyways, I'm gonna get off the bear topic. Yeah, I feel like Dwight in The Office right now. Yeah. We're green in this trade.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're green in this trade.
Memory profits will continue to be huge, Dragos. I believe it.
Yeah, I think memory's going to keep growing. Just with it's the natural parallel trade to AI growth, right? Like AI is going to grow, and so the need for memory specifically is going to grow, right? And it's the perfect parallel trade in that regard. All right, we're starting to break down. I'm not going to add to this yet, but I'm getting close to the point where I might. Again, we're starting small here. We're adding to winners, not adding to losers. And I'm going to try to let this break down more and add a little bit more to it. It's a very small trade here, guys. Again, use my coupon code BGT at checkout if you want the max discount on Tradeify. On Take Profit has 50% off. I said 50. If you ever wanted to use Take Profit, now's the time. 50% off. No activation fee. Right now. Use coupon code BGT. Check it out. Check it out. You can check out Lucid as well. Lucid's great also. I don't know if I'm going to add to this one yet.
And if you haven't already, hit the like button, guys.
Why is the market down today? Market's down. I don't know. I think, you know, people are saying what it looks like to me is a mix of inflation fears. You know, yields are up a lot. Now, yields are up for a number of different reasons. Like somebody mentioned earlier, part of it is Japan's PPI inflation data showed up at 4.9%, very high. Our PPI inflation data showed up at 6%. On Wednesday. Month over month, it showed up at 1% for core, which is a shocking number. 1% for core is very high. Headline showed up at 1.4% month over month, which is very high. Miran, which was one of the dovish voices in the Fed, left, so maybe a little bit higher rates. Warsh is stepping in. The president's still speaking about Iran. And markets have just been on this big rally up here. Markets haven't really stopped. They haven't really stopped. Maybe people are pricing in some fear of a pullback today. It's also option expiry day today. So it's OPEX day today. So just a lot of stuff going on. Markets are down slightly. It's not a huge dip. But it's something. It's not small either. It's not. It's kind of a medium-sized pullback today. A medium-sized gap down. It's not a crazy, like, fear-inducing gap down in my opinion yet. But we are down a pretty, you know, we're down a decent amount. Oil, on the other hand, is still under $100, which is great. And oil is down on the day as well. Nvidia has pulled back about, you know, a little bit under 5% today. It dropped from 240s down to 230 or so. So Nvidia is pulling back. That's driving everything else back down also. Yields are ripping. And, yeah, that's essentially what's going on this morning. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. That's right. You know.
Good morning, Faye.
Why wouldn't markets? Yeah. Bro, Discord has got to be the latest thing. Like, Pawn sent me a message 17 minutes ago. I just now got it on my phone. Yeah.
Well, they're probably operating on like dial-up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, that makes sense. So fear is higher. Yeah, there's just uncertainty. It's Friday, weekend is coming, anything can happen. Markets dropping since the US and China did not talk about chip exports. We saw that. But markets are dropping for probably a lot of different reasons.
It is cool they talked about denuclearization. I mean, that would be nice to not have that hanging over everybody's heads every time there's a conflict.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's what we're going to get. We got this news from Arachi earlier. Which is the Iranian foreign minister. He said, we have received the message from the U.S. saying that they are seeking continued talks. Right? So Arachi speaking. Where can I invest today? I don't know. I'm probably going to cut this trade now. I wanted to give it time. I'll make my risk right around 305. My reward target's way down here, so I think I could probably justify that. It's decent enough reward to risk to justify it, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. A lot of the hot stocks are down 3% right now. Nvidia specifically is down on the chip export quote regarding the China summit. Dow is down back under 50,000. So invest in the VIX.
You think Nvidia was a little overpumped anyway, maybe, or not really?
No, I don't necessarily think Nvidia was. I think Nvidia has been sideways for a while, right? So Nvidia has been not really down, but just sideways. It's been stagnant for like a year. And so, you know, Nvidia finally breaking highs and finally going back up. I don't necessarily think, you know, it was overextended in that regard. Not unless you think AI in general was overextended, which might be a reasonable,
conclusion
thing.
Or assumption.
Yeah. But I don't necessarily think Nvidia is
was overpumped.
Yeah, not necessarily. What do you guys think? Was Nvidia up too much? Is Nvidia overextended on the upside? What do you guys think?
Poll question?
Maybe. We can probably do a poll question about that. I'm gonna leave it more broad though. I'm gonna say,
okay,
is the AI sector overextended right now? Yes or no? Is the AI sector overextended? That is the question on the poll. It was overextended a year ago. Nvidia is undervalued now. Nope. Way overextended. No PE justifies it. So far, 60% of votes say no. AI is not overextended right now. 53% now saying yes in the chat. 54% now saying yes in votes. Cisco stock overvalued. Yeah.
Big money flowing from chip stocks back to software this weekend.
Yeah, maybe. Here, so Nasdaq just creeped over. I'm about to get stopped out of this. Yeah, I'm out. That's okay. We'll wait. Recalibrate. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I should have bought my first instinct was to buy, if you guys remember that. I should have gone with that first instinct. Here's the VIX right here. Let's take a look. VIX is up a little bit on today, so volatility is here. Option expiry might be causing people to be a little bit uncertain, and the Nasdaq is gapping down some today. So what do you guys want to buy today? Let's look at our... So far, the bears in AI are leading the poll. 55% say yes, the AI sector is overextended right now. 99% of traders can do better with hindsight. Copper finally flipped, tired of losing on Bitcoin. Is Nvidia going to go up or down after earnings? I don't know. I'm not sure. You were still in the channel. Yeah, but we got over the 200 exponential here. right? Like we're over the 200 EMA. You know, we are still in this channel. I see the channel you're talking about, but for me, you know, we start small, we take a small amount of risk, we add to it if it goes in my favor, and once we get over the 200 EMA, I'm just gonna wait. You're probably right though. I probably could have held this, but again, I gotta follow my original trading plan.
So do you agree with the poll conclusion so far, John?
Not right now necessarily.
Okay.
I think AI is still probably okay. I think AI is pretty encompassing right now and big, and so I think it's going to grow into a lot. But you know, I don't think it's.
Well, I mean,
I think we could be. Some of it might be confirmation bias on my end, where I just hope we're not. You know, like I hope we're not.
Well, thing is, even if we are overextended on AI now, it doesn't mean it'll stay that way.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we are. I'm just saying if we are.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, would you kindly check silver?
Silver? Yeah.
Yes, please.
Silver down a little bit on the day as well with gold, you know. Still in this range. It might be one of the easier ranges to attack, but silver's been on a downtrend too. Got up to $90 back. Was that 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago. Really? Pulled all the way back to 79. Silver moves a lot. The range is big on silver. So like silver moves a lot. Here's gold on the left. Right, so gold is at 45, 50s.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I was just saying, why is the and if you don't know, I mean, you know, whatever, but like, why do you think the range is so large on silver specifically? Like, why it swings so much compared to gold? I mean, I know gold will swing, but
it's not always like that. Like, I would say the last year it's been like that. Silver's had some crazy swings. Foreign markets, physical silver, premiums, margin requirements. There's a lot of things going on in silver over the last, like, I would say the last like 7 months. That have made the volatility uptick substantially. You know, I mean, on top of like the Iran conflict and more, right? There's a lot of things that have made gold and silver be really, really volatile over the last like 6 months. You know, if you look at silver here and you put up a 180-day chart, it's been making big swings, big percentage swings. Put up a daily chart, you can kind of see some of these swings here. Like silver, again, $31 12 months ago. In January, got up to 120s, fell all the way back down to 60s. In March, went right back up to 90s 2 days ago, and then now it's at 78. So just kind of swingy. Gold's less volatile, but still moving a lot.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, and thank you too, Sam, for your answer.
Yeah.
John told us you died.
What?
It says someone said his Brit bag. John told us you died. Nah, man, I was just sleeping late.
Yeah.
There was no room in the desk behind the desk for me, to be honest with you. I was gonna come on, but
yeah, I don't. It's an L-shaped desk. I don't really have that much room. All right, wait, real quick. The Nasdaq is falling right now. Hold on, real quick. Nasdaq. I should have stayed in that short position. I think this might be news driven though, but maybe not. Nasdaq just fell. I should have stayed in this, guys. I blame you guys. I
led you astray is what happened.
I know, Britt did, man. Britt did. He said you had too much fun at the Sting concert. Yeah.
I did have a lot of fun at the Sting concert.
Yeah, when Sting sang,
during and after. When
Sting sang "Kissed by a Rose," and when da came on, Britt got hyped up. You know, he got hyped up.
You know, I did. I wouldn't mind hearing Sting sing a cover of "Kiss from a Rose," but you know, he wouldn't do it. I kept screaming at him, and they finally escorted me out. You know, something about being disruptive.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Britt was trying to start a mosh pit there. You know, Britt was, he's trying to start a mosh pit at the Sting concert, but nobody else joined him. You know, because it was Sting.
Yeah, and it turns out when you are the only one trying to start a mosh pit, then it's just assault.
Yeah, that's right. All right, guys. Hey, listen, we did jump right back in this short, trying to piggyback off of this. Can y'all see this position here? Almost, huh? I'm going to take the time to show you guys this position, but then I might... All right, I'm going to take some of this off. I take the time to show the chat a position. And in the time it takes for me to pull up the banner. Now,
actually, I pronounce it stung, like past tense, just because he's like in his 70s.
right. Brent travels around the world watching Sting. They call them the Sting heads. They call them the Sting heads. They start mosh pits.
Yeah,
they hype up the crowd.
I'm the leader.
All right, guys, we're shorting this. I'm gonna take some more off here. Ugh. Yeah, I took profit already. Most of this, the stingers. Is that a thing? I really don't know. Like I said, I thought Sting was Seal. I thought he was gonna sing "Kissed by a Rose." It never came. It never came. Yeah. All right, guys, we are riding this down here. Look at this. Nasdaq falling down. I'm gonna take one more off here though. It just retraced a lot of the profit, but that's all right. Ugh. I mean, that's better. That's pretty good. I believe I can make money here, guys. I think I'm just gonna hold this now, right? I've scaled out of a lot of it. Actually, we'll take one more off. We'll hold the rest. We have made our money back, plus some. Now we're green. Bearish day for option expiry universal code. You think so? Maybe. I mean, I think we could be due for a pullback. I really wanted to see the Nasdaq hit 30,000 though. I did want to see the Nasdaq hit 30K. It's looking less likely we're going to now, but we're not down so much in which we can't, go back up. Of course, like we could easily go back higher. Nasdaq continues to break down. Now look at this drop. So Nasdaq continues to fall here. I do like where we're at on the volume profile too. So let's see if the breakdown continues.
Oil's basically been climbing since we started streaming.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's our fault, but
let me check news. I don't
see anything. I've been looking.
The Nasdaq is moving a little fast here for my trade, but I mean I'll take it. Green is good, but Trump is going to review China oil sale sanctions. Trump said he and Chinese leader Xi Jinping discussed the possibility of easing sanctions on companies buying the Iranian oil. Said he would decide over the next few days whether to proceed. See, I saw this news earlier. Trump did say earlier that China has not purchased Nvidia H200 chips despite U.S. approval for sales. He said China chose not to and is aiming to develop its own tech. Chip stocks fell after the summit ended without a major tech deal. It's one of the things influencing markets to be down today. We'll see if we run out of steam now. But
what did you think about the potential deal to sell them Nvidia chips and stuff like that?
Well, some Chinese businesses got approved to buy H200 chips, but that doesn't mean they're going to. They got approved to buy, but again, it doesn't mean they're necessarily going to here. That's what markets are pricing in. Yields are up today. He also said they did not discuss tariffs. He said tariffs were not brought up during the 2 days of talks, which seems kind of odd to me as well.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
No, I just meant like, how did you feel about the prospect of them buying those chips? Because aren't they kind of behind us right now in the AI race because of lack of access to like state-of-the-art chips?
In some sectors, yes. All right, so look, we are still down a lot. I might add to this now, though, guys. If I could add on this little bounce back, I will. I'm going to take larger size. Think about 5 contracts here, see if we flush right back down is what I'm looking for right now.
The Boeing jets and the soybean deal, I believe. We made some money on that, but still.
All right, so we added to this. Let's see if we break down more. There we go. That's nice. Okay. Take a little bit more off there. Lock it in again. Ride this thing down. Maximize profit. This is how you... Okay, there we go. Sorry. Yeah, this is how you start small, add to it, and end up getting pretty close to what you want here. We're still breaking down. Take one more off here. See if the grind down continues here, guys. Look at this. You love to see this.
Yeah.
Today I am bear man, I think, you know. Nvidia falling down to under 230s is probably what's, you know. I don't know if I want to add more to this, though. We've already scaled out a lot. John is allergic to profit. What's profit, bro? I don't even know what profit is, dude.
Take what?
Yeah, that sneeze earlier was because I started to make money, you know. And I just kind of... But, hey, what's up, Java Man? I appreciate the subscribe. Shout out to Java Man for the subscribe. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, Java Man.
You gotta put a comma in between those, John. He says, man, bear, pig, John. You know, you gotta make it, you know.
Yeah.
It's becoming very clear China wants to show that it doesn't need the U.S. Well, I mean, obviously they want domestic production. If they have the capabilities to do it, they're gonna want to do it. And you know, it's kind of like us buying Chinese chips. You know, it's not gonna be the most likely thing. Obviously, we're gonna choose for domestic chips instead if we can. Now, obviously, our chips are a little bit better, I think, right now at least. It doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. We do have somewhat of a lead on them, though. But in other ways, some people might argue that some of their systems are good, too. You know. Caught 150 points short overnight. What if this is a bear trap? It could be. I mean, we're just getting close to lows of the day here. When we get close to lows... I tend to like to ride the range down, but we've already scaled out of most of this now, so we're not going to lose on this trade no matter what. But like I've always said, guys, I generally prefer to look for the range to lows versus attacking the low break. And so I can start small, add to it if it goes in my favor. Take pretty low risk and see if we can make a little bit more profit from this, you know. Chips are built in Taiwan. Yeah, and he said they didn't talk about that with China, though, about defending Taiwan against China. So he said they didn't talk about that, which I find strange as well. All right, so Germany's MERS on X says Iran must open the Strait of Hormuz. Tehran must not be allowed to have nukes. So, are you guys red or green so far today, or no trades? Let me know in chat right now. Looking at our poll, I asked people, is AI overextended? 62% now say yes, it is. New opportunities for everybody.
I mean, honestly, they probably didn't discuss Taiwan just because we're already in this situation with Iran, and that's such a contentious subject. There's, I don't know, maybe just didn't want to start an argument or another issue until we've got the other one resolved.
No, that makes sense, yeah. That's pretty reasonable. Today was a good day. Hey, congrats, Bog. Nice work, dude. Flat. Green, but taking too much risk. Gotta slow down. Fair. I'm green as well. I was short twice. I got stopped out of one, and then we made it back plus a bunch in the second trade. We're still in the second trade, but we've scaled out of a lot. We've added back, scaled out again. Now we're at only a couple micros. And we're going to give it time to really break down here, though. Yeah, there we go. Look at this. This is either the news driven or what, but look at this drop here. Okay. Feed me more profits, guys. Feed me lows of the day, they say. MicroStrategy is going to repurchase 1.5 billion of 29 nodes estimated at 1.38 cash to fund repurchases of cash. So we got that news from MicroStrategy.
I don't see any news, but I mean, you get yours a little faster than I do, so maybe.
Yeah. Again, this is markets repricing in a bunch of different stuff. We got a lot of optimism yesterday when it was announced that businesses were approved in China to buy H200 chips. Right now, we're getting news that China might not necessarily want to buy the chips. They might approve businesses to do it, but they might not do it anyway, in turn choosing domestic chips instead. And so it's kind of like we got this big move rally yesterday, and now some of it's coming back down on that news. So we're still cracking the recent bottom here. Let's see if I don't know if I want to add to this again. Tuesday lows. Yeah, yields flew up. Again, that was partly because PPI obviously was high for us. Japanese PPI was 4.9%. Inflation scaring people. Miran is out of the Fed, which was a dovish Fed member, right? So Miran leaving is more hawkish, which means higher yields, higher rates. Warsh stepping in, which some people considered Warsh a hawk. I don't necessarily think he is, but some people considered him that. At the very least, Warsh should be hawkish regarding balance sheet stuff, is what I think. You know, so like Warsh being hawkish with balance sheet stuff. What's up, Mike?
I found the emoji, Sam. Thanks. That's cool. It just took me a second searching for it.
Look, I think I gotta take. Do I want to add or take profit here? Should I add or take profit? If I add, I might add 1. I'm gonna add 1 on this bounce. There we go. Let's see if we flush. We're so close to lows. I gotta give it some room. I don't care if this whole thing reverses. We're still gonna be green. But if we break down to 200s, I'll take a little bit more off here. We had 3 days of bad data. Yeah, all the data was bad. We didn't get any good data. We really did. We had 3.8% CPI. We had 6% PPI year over year. We had 1.4% PPI month over month headline. Japanese PPI was high. Inflation data was high. If you want rate cuts, Miran stepped out of the Fed. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on right now that is probably freaking people out. Clarity Act was approved. That's good.
And what is that basically, in layman's term?
It is a crypto regulation bill. You know, so it's called the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll go over it in a second. I'm trying to see. We're rebounding kind of fast here. I would love 200s though. What do I want to do with this? You know, I'm gonna take a piece of this off. Risk management here, risk management. Don't be greedy. Yeah, I took a little bit. I can leave the last 2 holding break even here, and it's not up that much, and we're still going to be very, very green on the trade overall if it goes. Yeah, but anyways, the Clarity Act divides authority, you know. So it gives the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, the CFTC, oversight of digital commodities, and the SEC authority over securities. It provides stablecoin framework. So if you like XRP and other stuff, you know, XRP is a little bit different, but it should benefit all of that stuff. Compromise that allows rewards and interest on usage, but with restrictions. Digital asset exchanges and brokers are required to comply with Bank Secrecy Act regulations, including anti-money laundering and KYC. It includes provisions for customers warning on Bitcoin ATMs, reporting suspicious activities, and more. So it passed the first Senate, but I think it still needs 1 more. Look at Bitcoin. It looks like it's going to break down. Yeah, it still needs to get through the Senate. It passed the Senate Banking Committee. It still needs to get through the actual Senate is what I... All right, so we're going to cover the rest of this break even. We made a ton of trade.
Just provides more regulation for the crypto market then, basically.
Right, and people see it as an optimistic thing for crypto, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the vote yesterday. CBDC is the goal. I guess Nasdaq probably could have held this a little bit longer on the Nasdaq, but it's flushing down here. Weakness in the NQ. Weakness. Do we reverse today, guys? We did the poll about AI. I almost want to do just a bull bear poll to see what everybody says.
I don't know, without some kind of catalyst, I'm not sure.
Yeah, the low of the day is down here though in the Nasdaq, so we're watching this. Inverse gold. Yeah, I mean, also remember guys, Apex has their 90% off sale going on right now. 90% off for Apex. So, and I think if you buy the 50K one, there's no activation, or there's a $69 activation fee, so it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, so get in on it, guys.
Yeah.
You probably need it, you know?
Yeah. Do it now. Do it now.
Good morning, Blaze. to buy some Beyond Meat? What is it, crashing or
BYND? Nah, bro. Hello, Mr. John. What's up, Yair?
You think all the faux meat products are going to stick around or not, or think some of them will go away?
It's really hard to tell. I don't. I'm gonna preface what I'm saying with, there's a lot I don't know. What I think though, what I would assume here is that, what I would assume, and again, this is an assumption, is that vegans aren't going to touch a lot of that stuff. You know, like BYND, Impossible. I mean, maybe Impossible, but I don't know. I just don't. I think vegans are going to touch some of it. There's too many weird things. Like, I don't know if.
Aren't they pretty heavily processed, even though it is technically vegan?
Yes, and that's why I said I don't know if they're going to touch it. And again, maybe I'm wrong here. You can argue why I'm wrong. There's $200. That was my original profit target. Maybe I should have stayed in that. But look at the Nasdaq, still flushing down. But selling it at Burger King and, like, you know, I don't know how many vegans are going to eat at Burger King, regardless of if you have vegan options. I just don't know if their customer base is large enough to really help them succeed as a big public company. Now, maybe they can stick around as a small public company, but I don't know. Anyways, let's see if we bounce right here. But man, look at the Nasdaq. It looks like it wants those low of the day levels. And again, we've taken this type of trade yesterday. We took it the day before. Again, guys, the range down to the lows, in my opinion, is the highest percentage range. Or the range up to the highs is the highest percentage range. But look at this drop here. We are about to crack lows right now. Look at this drop. We are falling down as we speak here. Looks like we're going to tap lows. At the very least, tap them. Maybe continue worse. Look at the drops. Flushing down here. Flushing down. Look at this Nasdaq. Nasdaq just tapped lows. 177. I mean...
I mean, like, is there any news, or is it just a natural... Wait.
No, I mean, it's probably just a normal pullback after crazy high breaks every day. S&P just broke lows of the day. Yeah. Gold's flushing down here. Here's the S&P on the left. 74.30s. So S&P cracked lows. Nasdaq just cracked lows. Let's see if we bounce now that we hit the lows. Canadian housing starts just showed up. I think we got like Empire State Manufacturing data going live in 15 minutes at 8:30. I don't think it's big data. I'll cover it nonetheless. It's May data, so it's recent enough data for manufacturing. None of it's big. We got industrial production and manufacturing data too at 9:15, but none of this is big. So no big data today. All right, guys, Nasdaq 29.14. So we are bouncing at the lows a little bit, but man, red showing up in markets right now. Showing up. Interesting.
And for the a couple of vegans in the chat that say they don't eat that stuff, I'm just curious why. Is it because, like I said, it's overly processed, or is it just a poor product?
Do we have vegans in the chat today, guys? Do we have vegans?
Yeah. Well, one of them says a 13-year ex-vegan, but, you know, either way, just curious as to your reasoning. But, all right.
I was waiting on a response, Britt. I didn't get anything, man. But, ... I'm like, all right, Britt's gonna say something.
I was going to move on to another question, and then I distracted myself.
Yeah. He saw the light. Oil's pumping, that's why. Yeah, I mean, oil's not really pumping, though. Oil's under $100.
Yeah, it's up like, what? Like $1.50 or something from when we started.
Yeah, I mean, look. Most of these drops today are from chip stocks. Nvidia down, TSM down.
Oh, not even a dollar.
Yeah, so most of these drops are from chip stocks, which I think is probably the news regarding China not buying chips. All right, so we did get a bounce right at these lows here. I'm tempted to short back into this, but I think this is a little bit sketchy of a move, but maybe we'll try it. We got enough greed on the day. We'll try shorting on this big bounce back up. See if we continue back to lows. All right, so we are in here. Immediate profit, which is nice always. Let's see if it stays down there. There we go. Give me low of the day. There we go. Very small trade, but I could scalp this too. It's taking a little bit too long to break down though, but let's see if we push down some more. Check Boeing. How long can the market ignore high bond yields? Honestly, it's weird enough. After our PPI, yields actually went down, which is very strange. Very strange. All right, I'm going to take some off here. I think I've already capitalized on this, so I might as well lock it in here. Again, like I said, give me lows. Give me lows. Let me just piggyback off the bears this morning. There we go. Let's take a little bit more off there. Just lock this in. We'll sit on the rest. Very small, but scalping as we do. Taking a trade at market lows is not recommended. Who's not recommended now, guys? Look, I don't mind piggybacking off of big moves. Again, I don't mind attacking the range down to lows of the day. I think it's the higher percentage range up to a point. Going against the trend and always trying to take a reversal is not always the right move. If we bounce large enough quickly at lows, sometimes we retest it. And that's kind of the trade here, is that sometimes we retest those lows. Sometimes we don't, and sometimes we keep going back up. But we were green on the day. We can take a little bit more risk. And we've already taken out, what, we had 5 contracts. We have 1 now. So we're already out of most of this, just kind of scalping these moves down here. And if we continue to break down towards the lows, maybe we'll add to it. But we're green. We're green. Are we gonna crash today? I don't know, bro. Maybe. Maybe not. I mean, probably not. We're probably not gonna crash. I'll get out the rest break even. But we're probably not gonna crash. Just because most of the time we don't crash. Alright. We're gonna get out the rest pretty soon if it doesn't reject fast. Alright, we're out. Another green trade. Microsoft's greens.
Way to go, John.
I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it.
I was concerned. You have so little experience, you know?
I know, man. Listen. Why is the market down? US is not buying chips. Or no, China's not buying US chips. That's basically it. Miran stepping down. China, not Miran. Sorry, people are correcting me. Yeah, so again, the president did provide an update on the trip, though. Again, this is the real reason market are down. He said they did not discuss tariffs. Says he made no commitment either way on Taiwan. Says he could meet with the Chinese president 4 more times this year in 2026. He said China has not purchased H200 chips despite U.S. approval for sales. And he says he and President Xi discussed the possibility of easing U.S. sanctions on Chinese companies buying Iranian oil. So it sounds like most of what they talked about is Iran, is what it seems like that was the big talking points of this. So, yeah. Market euphoria is getting out of hand. All right, so we've got even like a more decent rebound here at the lows. And again, I'll tell you guys this. This is why I target the range down to the lows. Again, if you're a rookie trader, sometimes you might be like, hey, let me buy low of the days. Most of the time, you do not get a follow through at lows of the days. I don't think you should also buy lows here, you know, or short. But most of the time, you don't get a follow through shorting lows of the days is what I mean. Most of the time, it's better to attack the range, follow the trend, which the trend in this regard short term would be down, and attack the range down to the lows after we break under a big resistance level. That's what I do here. That's what I did yesterday. That's what I did the day before. I'm almost tempted to short this now too, but I think I'm going to wait. We've made enough on the day so far.
So is that because you generally hit support when you hit, at the low of the day?
Yeah, I mean, traders like to get really hyped up about low of the day and high of the day breakouts or breakdowns, you know, especially in the beginning when they're new traders, right? But I think as you trade longer, you realize that that's the bottom of the range. People are taking profit there sometimes. You know, people, experienced traders are getting out. You know, that's their profit target. That's my profit target a lot of the time is the low of the day. And I'm looking to attack that range down to it. because I think it's the highest percentage. It's still with the trend. It's not a reversal trade. So if we do continue breaking down, I'm not going to get stuck in it. You know, and I think it's just the highest range probability. You know, I think we have the greatest chance of moving down there in that range, even if we don't break it, even if we don't break down afterwards and continue some like deep pullback or downward trend. I think it's just the highest percentage move relative to where the market is at that moment. It works a little bit better on the downside than the upside, but it works on the upside as well. Anyways, with that said, Nasdaq is rebounding back up. It's OPEX days. Yeah, it follows the trend. Yeah, we're reversing now, but I'm out. We actually made money on that little scalp on the bottom too, but I think we have to have a tighter risk in that regard, in that way, you know. All right, we're at 233s right now, 232s. Here's where I'm kind of iffy about. Is it short or long here? It looks like a short still, personally. But it looks like a short still. But we could reverse and head back up. I don't know. My coffee is tasting a lot less sludgy today. A lot less sludgy. Top 3 least sludge coffee right now, I think.
I thought you needed the sludge. You know?
Britt, listen, man.
Strong.
Yeah, this is important, Britt. Look, there's a pretty quick drop. Hold on real quick. Britt, I was born in the sludge. All right. You were mere adopted by the sludge. I was born in it, Britt. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nasdaq down to 212s. Pretty decent pullback. Like I said, it looked like a short. Maybe I should have. But, Nvidia to 300. Yeah. Hooray for less sludge. I would think you guys would want more sludge. I kind of wish it was sludge. Give me that extra pop.
Popping up a little bit.
Yeah. Again, here's gold. 45.58. The sludge native. That's right. Listen, I was born in it.
Yeah, I mean, they even call him Johnny Sludge.
I'm realizing that that was my name in school. J Sludge, they said. All right, hold on. There we go. Bulls will take over. We're starting to retest lows of the day here, so we'll see if we get another momentum breakdown. Sludge matters. All right, guys, we're trying. We're at 210s. We do have, what is it, the Empire Manufacturing Index today. Yeah, we got the New York Empire State Manufacturing Index. It's expected at 7.3. Last time it showed up at 11. This is for May. Probably still not moving markets, but we'll see. We'll watch markets as it happens here. Look, here's the S&P. Here's the Nasdaq. Nasdaq getting really close to those lows again. Gold. A lot of people mention gold. Here's gold right here. What's the trade on gold? Buy or sell gold right now, guys. If I'm holding for the next... I don't know. If I'm day trading gold, is this a buy or sell right now? We're right at the 200 EMA, and a lot of the time gold follows it. Buy or sell gold right now? Let me know. Gold trying to break the upside. There's going to be some announcement today to rip the stock market up after terrible data this week. It was bad data. All of the data was bad. Nasdaq will test the 10-day simple moving average. Buy gold. I think I'm hands off today unless we get above Monday's high or below Wednesday's low. I'm trying to buy gold as a reversal. Thanks, guys. Be easy. Buy gold. Gold's close to the bottom. Bollinger. Really? Doom, it's all crashing. V-shaped candle blast off. I bought gold earlier. I wouldn't enter here. Yeah, Nasdaq's getting real close to these lows here. 29,168.75 is the low of the day. We're at 29,198 for the Nasdaq here. Buy gold. I mean, I think Miran leaving the Fed is bad for gold because I think that was one of the dovish heads. Sell gold close to weekly lows. Sell. Sell. I think there'll be some dip buying after the open. Nasdaq is going to break the 9-day simple.
So just hypothetically, Sam, where would your entry point be on gold? Like, what would you need to get down to before you started buying it?
Yeah, Miran was obviously, he was the dissenter, the dove dissenter. Nasdaq going below the 9-day. Gold will dip more if the war resumes.
Did you say Wise leaving?
I'm assuming he's just leaving because Warsh is stepping in and he doesn't want to be in there anymore. But who knows, man? He didn't really give too much of an explanation. He said it was the greatest honor of his life. You know?
Leave?
No, to be there. In the
I know.
Okay, I was going to say, leaving the Fed is the greatest honor I've ever done. You know?
Yeah.
That would have been a big FU. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just curious if he gave a reason.
Not really. Nasdaq coming down. He's at 193s or 198s, 189s right now. 190s on the Nasdaq. 168 is the low of the day, and we're very close to that now. Nasdaq looks like it's going to test it. Did you like Miran at the Fed, guys? Did you like Miran at the Fed? Let me know. Miran, good or bad? Let me know.
I mean, like Miran sauce. But I think that's a different thing.
I like to pronounce it Miran. I think Miran sounds classier, you know, almost like French, you know. Miran. I heard it's pronounced Miran, you know, as a Cajun guy, you know, that's what I heard it's pronounced. 50-point cut, Dove gone, reassigned. Moron. I knew people were gonna say that, bro. I like Michael Blurry too. Nasdaq just tapped lows of the day here, guys. So we're back down to lows again. Let's see if we keep breaking it. But we're at lows of the day. This is a triple bottom here too. We have tapped this level 3 times in the last 3 hours on the Nasdaq. You can kind of see it here. Look at the Nasdaq crack. Just hit. And we're about to break this low, it looks like. Yep, we just cracked that low. We are now under the lows of the day now, effectively. 29,162 on the Nasdaq. Gold is falling down with it. S&P falling down with it. Nasdaq is falling quickly here. Empire State Manufacturing should have been 19.6, surpassing the estimate of 7.2. Again, 19.6. That's not really what it is, though. But Empire State Manufacturing data did come out, 19.6 versus much lower expectation. A little bit stronger manufacturing data. But that wouldn't make the market crack lows here.
Yes,
I love you.
No explanation needed, Sam. I was just curious about the number mostly.
Look at this drop. Guys, look at this drop.
What's oil in the Dixie doing? Oil is hovering
Rising
around 104.50.
No, you're looking no, oil is at 99.
What am I looking at then?
99. You might be looking at where it closed yesterday.
No. Hold on,
I see the 104.50. Now it says 104. Yeah, mine is strange too. Look at CL futures here. 99.93. I think it rolled over. Is probably what it did. Is this the most recent? Let me check it on my Tradeovate. What's the most recent oil contract, guys? Is it M6? Yeah, the M6 contract, which I think it rolled over, is at 104.5s, 104.4s. But I have it at 99.91 for WTI crude. Under 100. Nasdaq back at the lows. Participate. Yeah. N6. Thank you, my friends. Okay, yeah, it's at 99.95. So, yeah, type in Brit when you click on the oil tab. Type in CLN6. That's the right one. I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm calling lows for the day. We already tapped lows of the day here. We want to keep riding this down, though. We made enough money on the short side today. Yeah, y'all are the Chatlopedia. How does TOS work if you type CL in the front month? Yeah, it'll just automatically go to the front month on TOS. Yeah, so every quarter contracts roll over, and you got to go to the most new contract.
Okay. Yeah. I was on CLM6 for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the old one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's N6 now, like Nancy, and it is in Nancy.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can replace that other one.
Oil is actually up a ton today. No, it's down, actually. Oil gap down. It might be the new contract, but... This chat was the original GTP? Chat GPT, that's right.
There we go. So I should get rid of the other one completely?
You can. I mean... Hold on, real quick. ExxonMobil's not really up a lot either, though. I hear some people saying ExxonMobil's up. Look, we got to look at where we closed yesterday. Here's Exxon. We closed here yesterday. We are now here. So Exxon's actually down a little bit. So, U.S. oil. Yeah, U.S. oil at 146. U.S. oil's up. Nasdaq still tapping lows of the day here, though. Still around it at least. WTI crude over 104s. Okay. I believe you guys. I trust Max. You know. Ty, you know, No, I'm just messing with you, Ty. Wasn't Miran the only giga dovish Fed? I mean, he was definitely super dovish for sure. You know, definitely super dovish. Nasdaq getting close to the lows of the day again. Look, here it is. So he was definitely pretty dovish, right? Regarding Miran. But there's some other doves in there. I mean, you got Michelle Bowman. She's pretty dovish, I would say. I don't know if I'd call them giga dovish, but dovish nonetheless, I would argue. Bowman's dissented a couple times, right? Or at least once in the last few votes. So maybe Bowman. John, how frequent you get? I don't really, you know, up until this last cold I got like 3 weeks ago. It's the first time I've been sick in the last year. Nasdaq just cracked lows of the day. We're at 155s. I'm a beacon of health. You know, I'm a beacon of health. All right, we just tapped 150s here. We're at 165s now. Just tap that low again. And this is what I'm saying. We bounce at these lows a lot. That's why I don't target lows at the day breaks. Hey, shout out to NM for the donation. Sell in May and go away has finally started. Maybe. We're still up big in May, though, is the problem. Taiwan's foreign minister says Taiwan has always supported peace and stability. China's unilateral political actions or efforts to include Taiwan in its framework will not alter the status as a sovereign and independent democratic nation. China has no authority to make claims in Taiwan's behalf on the global stage. Thank you for the donation, though, my friend. But yeah, maybe sell in May and go away has started. Nasdaq at lows of the day just cracked lows again at 150 now. 150 lows of the day now for the Nasdaq. Actually, 145s low of the day now for the Nasdaq. Yeah, is it time for a pullback in the NQ? Also, U.S. Energy Secretary Wright just said he thinks China will be a bigger buyer of U.S. crude and oil in the CNBC interview. But yeah, thanks so much for the donation, my friend. I appreciate it, bro. The lows of the day finally hitting. Is this finally a red day? Our longs finally getting squeezed out. Powell is gone. Wash is here. The market is now showing some fear. Is that what I hear?
It's a great rhyme.
You know? You better run fast like a deer.
The end is near.
Everybody cheer. Nasdaq coming at 165s right now. 165s. Yeah. $142.50 new low of the day on the NQ here. $142.50 new low of the day. I'm just sitting tight waiting for something here. Let's be clear. Give me a beer. Think about it. We got conflict, inflation. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, listen, at this point in time, we have high inflation data. No more Jerome Powell, which you could argue good or bad. I'm not going to, speculate on that. No more Jerome Powell. We're in the middle of the conflict. We got pretty high inflation. On the other end of that, though, we are in the middle of the AI bull run. We're in the middle of the AI bull run. Markets are still growing pretty heavily, and a lot of people speculate that when the conflict's over, the inflation shocks that we're seeing now will ease, obviously. And so, I mean, you can frame it either way you want. I think it's definitely a vulnerable market right now, but I still think it's not 100% certain that we need to correct right now. Maybe it'll be in a few years, or maybe it'll be tomorrow. I'm not sure, but it's definitely a vulnerable market that could see a lot of volatility if things don't get better soon. But markets have also shown resilience here. So Nasdaq bouncing a little bit at the lows of the day now. Let's see if we continue back up. But Warsh has a tough job ahead. Yeah, Warsh wants to reduce the balance sheet while also maybe potentially simultaneously cutting rates, which is an interesting strategy. We'll see if it plays out, but interesting strategy nonetheless regarding Warsh. What's happening with bonds? Well, bonds are getting sold off now. Bonds and yields inverse each other. So yields are up, bonds are down today. I don't even have to look at bonds to know they're down. If I pull up TLT, I know it's down. Yeah, 84s right now for TLT is down. This is long-term bonds, but bond prices and yields inverse each other. So if yields are up from inflation fears from from Japan PPI, from US PPI, from US CPI, bonds are going to go down on that news. All right, so Nasdaq popping higher here, though. Let me put a 5-minute chart up, see what this thing looks like. Little baby bounce. See if the momentum picks up here. Yeah, well, bond market's pricing in higher inflation. That's why bonds are getting sold off. All right, guys. We're hitting lows, bouncing a little bit. Hey, thanks for the subscribe, Joe. My guy, thank you. Appreciate it, Joe. Shout out to Joe with the subscribe.
Thanks, Joe. You're awesome.
Yeah. You're not my foe. All right, guys, I'll stop. We're at 185s. Irrational markets. Is this irrational exuberance? We need some bad news in order to get the fuel to move higher. At a noisy neighbor. I never understood the neighbors that are just looking for things to complain about, bro. We used to have neighbors at our old house that would just blare music. And we never rattled them. We're never going to complain at them. We just want them to, because we just want them to leave us alone too. The problem is you got like old people that are just really old.
Have nothing else to do.
That don't have anything else to do. They try to join the neighborhood association because they're bored. And, they just end up making everybody's life more difficult,
Yeah, and then they try to impose the bureaucracy on everybody else.
Yeah, that's the only power they can get, so they want it. And it's just kind of like, dude, I vow, guys, as the founder of Beginner Trading, I vow to never join the board of a neighborhood association. I vow to never do it. I won't do it. You won't see me in there, ever. That is my promise to you guys. And it's a big promise.
The goal is to end up not in a neighborhood anyway, for me.
Yeah. Yeah, just generally toxic people, 100%. It is Friday. It's option expiry day today. You know, that I could promise you. I'll never join a neighborhood board, a neighborhood association board. You're welcome. You know. All right, we're at 174s right now, 175. Karenization of America. Yeah. One day you're gonna see me in the newspaper. John joins. You know.
Nationwide HOA organization.
That's right. Yeah. All right, guys. All right. I don't know what to do here. I'm not really interested in shorting it. There's not enough meat on a short right now. There's not enough meat on that type of move for a short. I don't necessarily want to go long. We're at lows of the day here, so I gotta just chill and wait. German 10-year bond yield rises to 3.136%. Energy Secretary Wright still speaking. He said Hormuz is energy importance to decrease. We'll likely see pipelines in the Middle East, he says. Regarding the United Arab Emirates oil capacity, he says we'll see more of that from others. I think that's rude and belittling. How old are you, Brian? The only way you should ever take that personally is if you're on a neighborhood association board. You know? I got two main enemies in my life here. All right, two main enemies. And this might, you know, you might not like this, but this is true. One group of enemies are people that get up in the morning, throw on spandex, throw on a futuristic helmet, and decide to go mountain biking on the roads. Okay, block cars, main roads specifically. Like, you get on a main highway on a freaking mountain bike and spandex, dude, you're my enemy for life. Okay, I will never appreciate you ever. You know, I don't care where you are, you're my enemy for life, dude. We are, you know, we got problems. The second one are neighborhood association board members, specifically really strict and just unnecessarily unhappy, weird ones. Enemies for life. Enemies for life.
Well, to be fair, whoever said that, it's not about how old the HOA members are. It's about their behavior. Like,
right.
So
if
you can be 20, you can be 20, and if you're doing the same thing, like, I don't like you either.
Right. If you get on the board and you're chill and you're like, you know what? No rules for everybody. You know, paint your house pink if you want. You know, I'm okay with you. Anyways, Nasdaq back at lows here. I don't know what to do. I'm sitting here joking around because I don't really have any trade to get involved with right now. I'm just messing about the bike ones. They block me on the road too much. You know, they shouldn't be on the main roads.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, if that's the case, don't move to like an alpine region, because mountain bikers are everywhere, like tons of them.
Yeah. I don't mind you like going out and biking. You know, that's cool. What I mind is you getting on like a 60+ mile per hour highway, or like not a highway, but you know, and
A road.
Like causing problems, just causing problems because you want to ride on that freaking road. Get out of there, man. Like, go ride on a normal road for bikes. You know, I don't care if it's allowed. It's just unnecessary, and it causes problems. No, Nvidia
down
trying to do
3%.
spandex bikers are gonna jump you now. I'm gonna walk outside and they're just gonna be waiting there. We're like, what did you say about us, bro?
Hey, John, we heard some things.
We heard you didn't like us. We're your enemy. You know? Yeah, no, Nvidia down a lot. Nvidia is down not quite 5%, I think, yet. Nvidia might be down over 5%. I'll have to look at the math, but Nvidia's down a hit from all-time highs today.
Sayada Basarachi, in fruitful engagement with my host, I can't read that name, I'm sorry, discussed regional developments and clarified that Iran will always carry out historical duty as protector of security in Hormuz. Iran is a reliable partner of all friendly nations who can rely on safety of commerce.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I do see that. Yeah, he's talking to India's leader.
Dude, I'm sorry, I couldn't say. I couldn't pronounce the name. I didn't.
I'm not. That's why I said India's leader. I can't pronounce it either. I don't think I would mess it up, and somehow people would get mad at me. I feel like. So
Well,
Energy Secretary,
Sorry.
Secretary Wright says we're doing everything we can to make energy affordable. We'll continue to export diesel. We're trying our best to keep energy prices low. So. Yeah. Yeah, the cycler comment woke up the chat.
Is it split or is it pretty much universal dislike?
We got a couple people that are bad, but most of the chat agrees with me here. It looks like most of, and I get it. Like everybody knows what I'm saying, you know.
Yeah, well, like if you like to cycle, cool. But like I've gotten stuck behind you guys too many times to not be irritated by it.
It's just the main roads, like the busy 60-mile-per-hour roads that somebody's trying to ride a freaking bike on, dude, like a bicycle.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, like it's risky, it's dangerous to do, you know. You shouldn't be doing that anyway, you know.
Oh, I mean, I actually had a family member got hit doing it, and then he was deemed at fault because he was he was riding on the left side, so you could see cars coming at him, and you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah. Well, you ask him, you're like, why are you doing this? Because it's legal for me to do this. It's like it doesn't matter, you know. It's not the smartest move.
Well, thing is, you know, you go far enough back, bicycles were deemed vehicles, and I guess technically they still are, but like cars used to go 20 or 30 miles an hour, and now they go, you know, 150. There's a difference.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're back in lows again, guys. We're at 150s. Hey, we're looking like we're slowing down some though on a 5-minute chart. 1-minute chart. Yeah, Nasdaq's kind of consolidating here. We hit 140.70s again. The president did come out basically saying that China is not going to be buying H200 chips, is what's scaring markets right now. He said China's not going to be buying H200 chips. He said they're choosing domestic chips of their own instead. And that's making chip stocks drop a little bit today after going up over the last few days. Nvidia is down. TSM is down. MU is down. AMD is down. So chip and hardware stocks are down a little bit today. And we'll see what happens. You know, we're heading into the opening bell in about 40 minutes. So we still got a little bit of time until the open. But we'll give it a second. A few days. Did I say a few days? Literally everything is down but oil. Yeah. I mean, it's looking. We've heard less of the Iran conflict in the news. I've enjoyed not covering this much. I really have. You know. So we're still at lows though.
I was just tired of like the chest thumping, you know, back and forth, like empty posturing statements. I find those annoying.
On both sides, they both did.
Yeah.
At a certain point, I just got tired of, you know, like look, I like economics and finance. You know, like geopolitics, like it's interesting, but at a certain point, it felt like the same thing every day. It felt like one day it's like, oh, we're gonna get a deal with Iran. The next day, you know, no deal, and then the market will go down. And then the next day, oh, we're getting a deal. We're talking to them again. Markets rip up.
Yeah, well, then you constantly get both sides, like, you know, such and such will never knuckle under to the pressure of, you know, whatever. It's like, come on, man. Okay.
At a certain point, y'all are just saying the same thing over and over again, both sides, and I'm tired of covering it.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think it's influencing markets just because of oil, obviously, and everything. But I think right now the China summit's kind of leading the way. Warsh stepping in is leading the way. Miran stepping in is leading the way. Miran leaving, I mean, is leading the way in terms of influence over markets. But chip stocks coming down a little bit today. So we got some other stuff going on. Option expiry today. So
you're saying you want to talk about Iran?
Yeah. Yeah. Nasdaq's down 7% today. Is it 7%? Let me do the math here for the Nasdaq here real quick. Let me see. Is it 7%? I don't think so. I'm just glancing at it. Let me look at my percentage. What are we down? We're down about $500. No, we're down 1.7%. It didn't look like 7%, bro. Looks like,
No, that'd have been well over $1,000
yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah. We are down less than 2% today, so we're down a little bit, but it's not like it's not the end of the world. Red, we're down some. What's up, Clint? I'm definitely a top 3 silver value analyst. Yeah, here's silver. Here's gold. Both of them are down a little bit today. $29 180s. We're looking to trade, guys. I just don't have much to trade here. So we're going to trade, but yeah, we dropped 7%. Market's freaking out. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Did I misread the quote? Oh, down 7%. Oh. You're basically, maybe the comment meant that we are going to drop 7%. Maybe that's what this was. We'll see. We'll see. Also, remember, guys, Tradeify has the cheapest direct-to-funded in the game. So if you want to help support your friend here, your bud, you know, check out Tradeify. Again, we are going to join the Tradeify Cup. But look. Lightning funded. 25K, 207. A 50K lightning funded is less than $300 on Tradeify, by the way, guys. Pretty much the same rules as everywhere else. 295 direct to funded. So pretty reasonable here. Pretty reasonable. You can use my coupon code BGT at checkout and get the max discount. But pretty freaking reasonable, I think. Here.
Did I see the number change on the screen? That was weird.
What?
I swore the number that you highlighted. I swore I saw it change as you were like focusing on it.
Oh well, I mean, I can click this. Here's the 25K. Here's the 50. Here's the 100. Here's the 150. 150 direct to funded account. 478. It's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, I was only catching part of the change, so I wasn't seeing it like what you were doing.
Yeah. No, all good. If you want to check it out, Tradeify. Here's the link. I'll put it up in chat. Again, you get the max discount.
They get written up for missing work? No.
Of course he did.
John is a kind and benevolent boss, so.
Yeah. I'd say the most kindest and most benevolent, you know. I'm like,
but yeah, guys.
You know.
I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, yeah,
so I'm showing
button in Discord and follow us on X. Please.
Yeah, look at this here, though, guys. So we got the FOMC decision next month in June. 99.8% chance we keep rates the same. Only a 0.2% chance, but it's a rate hike. 0.2% chance of a rate hike. So rate cut odds have gone out the window for next meeting. July, not even any chance of a current cut. September, it's still looking very probable we're going to raise rates this year. So, yeah. Interesting. We'll see. We'll see. Here's a good question for the chat that's probably pretty relevant. Is the next rate change from where we are now, like the next rate decision outside of a pause, a hike or a cut? Chat, let me know what you guys think. Is it a hike or a cut? Let me know. Put hike or cut in chat right now. Wait, why did it ban those words? Who did it say did that? Cut, hike, cut, cut.
I think cut. I mean, it depends on international events, but cut.
Max said benevolent gangster. Who did it ban? Was it Nightbot that did it? Cut, cut, just cut. Cut due to economic weakness. A very hawkish cut. A cut due to economic weakness. Market would have crashed before that. Hut, hike. It's gotta be a football reference. It's gotta be. Nightbot making cuts. Usually it'll tell me why it was deleted, you know? Like BGT, benevolent gangster trading. Cut before the election. Nasdaq's still creeping higher here. Is there a short idea right now, guys? A short idea. How much time we got until 9 a.m.? We have 3 minutes until 9 a.m. Sometimes we get volatility at 9. Let's see. We'll cut after the market drops 40%. Yeah, maybe. We're up there. We're at 29 192s right now. Does it matter what the Fed does? Their checkmate. A cut before election. Absolutely not cutting. This is why 50% of people are always wrong. Yeah, 50% of the time they're wrong. Every time.
50% of the time they're wrong every time.
Bullies waking up. Maybe a very dovish hike and the market goes up to new all-time highs. We're at 210s. I would hope so. Maybe a very dovish hike and the market goes up to new all-time highs. Yeah, with the current market trends, you know, maybe we raise rates 50 basis points and then market breaks all-time highs. Yeah, I mean, I can see that right now. I mean, we did have the market break all-time highs after a 1.4% month-over-month PPI inflation print, a 3.8% CPI print. So, yeah, I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility in these current markets. All right, guys, so here's 9 a.m. Let's see if 9 a.m. causes some volatility. It's a hold hawkishly until a hawkish cut. So pause until a cut. High inflation, calm geopolitics news plus rate hike equals gold pressure lower. Wouldn't that make yields go up? Meaning less people buy gold? High inflation is going to make yields go up. Alright, so we rejected right here at 29 200s. Here's 29 200s right here. I don't know if I want to short this though. I just don't know if there's enough room. Nasdaq coming back down though, testing this low on 9 a.m. news. So the Nasdaq is starting to fall here. Starting to.
Beginning to start to fall.
Wow, look at that 9 o'clock drop. Silver falling down, gold falling down, Nasdaq falling down here. Look at that drop at 9 o'clock, guys. What is we have capacity utilization and something else today at 9:15. Yeah, at 15 minutes we have industrial production numbers. Probably not moving markets either. But look at that 9 a.m. drop. Wow. We got a little dip here at 9 o'clock, getting closer to the lows. John, how many polls do you do where it's close to 50-50? The polls that'll give me 50-50 are like buy or sell right now. Like buy or sell, bull or bear. Like those people are pretty split down the middle here. And so, yeah. U.S. interest rate futures now show more than 50% chance of a Fed rate hike by January. Yeah, the Fed rate hike odds went up substantially. Look at the Nasdaq though, guys. Nasdaq is coming back down to lows here. So a little bit more fear in markets. The VIX is up today. I don't want to buy this though. I don't want to short it here either. There's not enough room. Yeah, only about half the polls are 50-50. The other half aren't. Are we going to crash?
It wasn't meant as a joke, but it sure sounded funny.
I got 5 Tradify accounts. John, it seems like the yield spike is finally affecting markets. Yeah, it took a little time here. We had high PPI inflation on Tuesday, high CPI inflation Tuesday, high PPI inflation Wednesday, high Japan PPI inflation yesterday, and now markets are finally pricing in hawkishness. If you guys remember, after CPI and PPI, I was confused. yields were not up as much as I thought they would be from a really high inflation print. And so they're finally kind of delayed reacting here. And we now see yields like rip up today. Silver just cracked lows of the day. It's down to 77 now. It's falling because it's overbought. Y'all give me a follow at x.com at beginner trade. So here's my X handle. Do it now. Do it now. Yeah, rate hike odds are surging in markets for sure. But give your boy a follow.
Do it now.
Papa John's? You called? It's up 11%. What is Papa John's symbol? Is it Papa? No. That would have been nice though.
Sigh, Mori, I feel a good correction coming.
I don't know. I'm looking at stuff. I mean, chip stocks are down. Oil's starting to fall a little bit, though. I think March needs to hike because inflation's hard to get rid of.
What'd you say? I'm sorry. I went ADHD on you.
I went ADHD on me, too. I don't know what I said. I said chip stocks are down a little bit today.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and they're down specifically because the president said China's not going to be buying H200 chips. They're choosing domestic chip production instead. So that's kind of what's going on. Again, market's probably also pricing in 50% probability of a rate hike now this year by January of next year. So rate hike odds are going up. Just hawkishness today is what this is. Like, there's a lot of hawkishness today. Why do you think the market dropped overnight? Well, like I said, mix of high inflation data from Japan, high inflation data from the US, not really any optimistic Iran news, and the president coming out. The big one, really, that's affecting Nvidia, specifically the most heavily weighted stock in the stock market, which is in turn going to drag the Nasdaq, S&P down, is China not buying H200 chips. You know, president gave like a little recap of what happened in the China summit, and he said essentially that China was not going to be buying H200 chips, that they were instead going for domestic chips, which is bad, right? The market flew up yesterday because Jensen Huang joined the summit, and there were optimism that China chip sales were going to get unlocked. We even heard that China businesses were approved to buy H200 chips, but now, you know, now it's looking like I guess that's not happening. Market's kind of reversing some. Uh-oh, guys. You hear what time it is?
Oh,
it's the song, Brett. It's the song.
Oh, I've got that muted. I can't hear the music.
He's laughing at you, Brett, today. That's who he's laughing at. You know?
That's okay. I'm laughing right back.
All the chips are down mostly. Financials are also down a bit also. Nobody wants H200 chips.
Gotta hate those droopy markets.
That's BS. They don't have domestic chips. No. Don't get mad at me. This is what they said, not me. I didn't say this. I don't speak for them, you know. I got all in on gold at $5,000. It's now $4,500. I mean, how long ago was this? What's the name of the song? It's called Legends by Morpheus. Sounds like that. The song is part of John's identity now. Yeah, we're sideways here, guys. We got 23 minutes into the market opens. Let's see what we get. John Legend. All in gold at 5K in February and now 4,500. Where do you like checking current market news? I check it everywhere. So they don't want to sell them chips now. They're crying they're not buying chips. Yeah, look, I can't say it, you know. Yeah, I'd rather wait and find good entries and exits here. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're definitely going to try to. They're probably already trying that, Bray. They're already probably trying to reverse engineer. That's probably what they're doing. Yeah, and they're going to create their own. You know, I mean, that's the nature of technology, though. You know, there's the very famous quote. What is it? It's like, good artists copy, great artists steal, or something like that, right? Like, so it's something like that. So yeah, they're gonna reverse engineer. That, but... Yeah, hold on. What's the quote? Chat, encyclopedia of the chat. What's the quote that I'm thinking of? It's like,
mostly I was referring to intellectual property theft, to be honest.
Yeah, but they're, you know, they don't even know what that is in China. You know.
No, I guess not.
What's the quote I'm thinking of, guys? I think it's good artists copy, great artists steal, or something like that. Yeah, good artists borrow, better artists steal. Yeah. Thank you, GP. Appreciate it. Never go all in. Yeah, going all in on anything is usually a bad move. I mean, I don't know. Like, again, I've always said this, though. If you ask most billionaires how they became billionaires, most self-made billionaires, it's usually a very specific way, which is they went all in on something they really, really believed, and it hit. It got lucky. Like, it's whatever they went in on succeeded, and that turned them into billionaires, right? What they don't tell you about that quote, though, is that there's a lot of people that went all in on something they really believed in and lost everything. And so the odds of doing that are much lower than, like, diversifying, playing it safe, and you know, being reasonable with it. Is it a higher scale? No. Being safer? No.
Yeah, more people lost than won.
Right, exactly. So
let's see. U.S. Central Command and MH-60R Seahawk takes off from the flight deck of USS Rafael Peralta, transiting the Arabian Sea as American forces enforced a maritime blockade against Iran. As of today, 75 commercial vessels have been redirected and 4 have been disabled to ensure compliance.
Yeah, I see that. 75 vessels. Meta, Alphabet, TikTok CEOs invited for a Congress hearing in June, according to Axios. I see a $9 million Buffett lunch bid wins charity auction. A mystery bidder just paid over $9 million to win a charity lunch with Warren Buffett, marking his return to the event since 2022. The winner will dine with Buffett in Omaha, joined by Steph Curry, Ayesha Curry. It can bring 7 guests.
For that kind of money, it better be a buffet.
Did it say Burry or Buffett? Sorry, I think I said Burry. It's Buffett. You know?
You said Buffett.
Okay. Yeah, Buffett. Buffett's what, like 95 right now? All love to Buffett, but does he know what's going on right now? You know? Money going to bonds. Close to 5%. 10-year bond, 4.56%. Yeah, bonds are ripping today. They're finally reacting. I would assume this would have happened on Wednesday with the PPI print of 6% year over year, 1.4% on the month, right? But bond yields didn't spike on Wednesday, which was strange. Now they're spiking. Again, maybe Miran leaving the Fed, Warsh stepping in. Maybe people are interpreting him as hawkish. Japan's PPI data showed 4.9%, higher than expected. So maybe all that stuff. And then, again, the chip news is probably not helping market sentiment, which could drive yields higher as well. But yields are up today. Hawkish day right now.
Somebody says Buffett is on the HOA.
He probably is, you know.
Probably.
Oh yeah, we got the we got the industrial production numbers coming out in 4 minutes. Manufacturing production, capacity utilization. None of this is going to move markets, I don't think, but you never know. That's bold, John. I like Buffett. I think Buffett's great, you know. I'm a Buffett fan.
Not Jimmy Buffett.
Take me away, Britt, to Margaritaville, dude. You know?
If you're trying to get me to sing, okay.
No, yeah, I'd pay $9 million. I'd pay $9 million to, you know, hear Margaritaville at a table, you know. Give him a ukulele.
Totally did. Cheeseburgers in paradise for John.
That's right. All right. Look, market's flat, guys. I'm sorry. This is the range. Right now, there's nothing to really do with this. I don't want to buy the bottom because then we're going to crack lows. My luck. I don't want to short the top because then we're going to rebound and go higher. I'm just waiting here. Is there a better asset to trade in futures right now? The Nasdaq is not very good. Buffett's an anomaly. He drinks Coca-Cola, eats ice cream at McDonald's, doesn't exercise, lives over 95. Does he do those things, or did he just invest in those companies and he wants you to think he does those things? That's the real question.
That's what I was gonna say. Sometimes I wonder if like some of these like rich, really old people that say they eat McDonald's and not do all that stuff, like if they're just kind of lying to you, or
right,
or is it just, you know, I mean, like I believe that overall health is mostly based on genetics. Lifestyle is, I'm not saying it's not a factor, but genetics plays the major role in my opinion.
Sure it does, right? But again, it's also kind of like, hey guys, I'm gonna go eat my, you know, my Big Mac. Buy McDonald's, you know, buy Coca-Cola, you know, cough, cough. Like, oh, we're on video right now. You got the camera rolling out. Let me pull up to McDonald's, guys. I eat McDonald's every day. You know, I love it. It's great, right? Like, of course they're gonna say that. They're holding big stock in McDonald's, Coca-Cola.
Yeah, have them pull up on film like, y'all have one of those big mics,
right? Come on now.
Of course.
Is there anything better to trade right now?
And
it's the time to buy gold.
What's it at right now?
All right, so hold on real quick. It's at 45.50 for gold. We have 20 seconds. Let's see if this data moves markets. I really don't think it will. I don't think this data is moving markets. But I'll cover it nonetheless. It drops in 15 seconds.
I don't know. Sam said that's where he bought, so maybe it's a good place to buy.
All right, here we go. And here's the data release. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here's the release. Not a big release, but we'll cover it nonetheless. I don't even see. Very strange. I don't even see anything coming out here yet. Hold on. For me, it's kind of delayed on. Okay, there it goes. 76.1 capacity utilization, 0.6% manufacturing production, industrial production, 0.7 versus 0.3. A little bit stronger than expected. Again, I don't think it's moving markets though. Yeah, I don't think it's moving markets, but it's out. But all of it was stronger than expected.
XLP and XLV only things up on my watch list today. Wall Street rotation into defensives continues.
Yeah. That's the Dow today, man. The Dow went up to 50s. Everybody got excited. And then
I'm assuming it tanked today.
Yeah, it's down on the day. It closed at 50.15 yesterday. It's now at 49.746. So it's kind of flat over the last few days, but
yeah, it's not horrible, but I mean, it's not a good thing.
Yeah. Gold and Bitcoin. Yeah. Did they let me see Bitcoin futures on Tradeovate? Let me see. Bitcoin. Yeah. I don't trade Bitcoin futures as much. Is there a better pair for Bitcoin futures? For the No, not really.
Factor output increased by 0.6%. Okay. I guess that's not really. Those aren't really market moving numbers.
Nasdaq started to push. Yeah, again, it's just not market moving data really. Nasdaq is starting to fight its way back up though. How much time we got left? We got 13 minutes until the open. Yeah, so Jerome Powell's tenure ends today as Fed chairman. Y'all talking about Costco chickens in the chat?
It's because Costco chickens are delicious and a great deal.
Yeah.
Also, it's tenure.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just telling you.
No, no, you're good. I'd rather you tell me. But I'm pretty sure I've used I use it. I go back and forth between the right and wrong way.
I know. Well, the thing is, you read so fast that sometimes you kind of get caught up. That's all.
No, exactly. I just kind of quick read it. Bitcoin is headed under 80,000. Inflation proof. Nasdaq back up here. Maybe I should have bought it.
Yeah, back up to 29 too, and appears to still be going up.
It sounded like he was doing a Costco commercial.
Honestly, I kind of did that on purpose.
Look at the Nasdaq; it's back up some. Let's see if it holds. I'm trying to be patient. I haven't traded in like 30 minutes. I know it's not exciting, guys. I know this. I know it's not as fun. I know it's not exciting. Again, if you want to help support your boy here, check out Lucid here, man. Lucid, great way to learn. I think Lucid is kind of the best of everything, in my opinion. Like, they've got the best options for everything here for Lucid. Like, look, check it out. Lucid has paid over 150 million to traders. They process my payout in literally 1 minute. 150 million, 250,000 traders use them. 15-minute payout time. I like Lucid because it fits the best with how I trade. 10-to-1 micro scaling, end of day drawdowns, no hard breach rules, 90-10 profit split, no payout windows, clear and simple rules. You can withdraw funds daily at Lucid Live. And just a lot of cool stuff. And the Lucid Flex, you could pass the Lucid Pro in 1 day if you use my coupon code. If you pass it, you can pass it in 1 day. Profit target 1250, max loss limit 1,000. So the max loss versus profit target is pretty decent ratio as well. For Lucid Pro, Lucid Flex, they do have a consistency rule, but it's at 50%, so it's not like 20 or something like that. They have direct to funded options as well. Just a lot of good stuff on Lucid. You can use my coupon code BGT, help support your friend and the channel. Guys, here is the link. Check it out. Check it out.
It's greatly appreciated.
Why did the market drop so much overnight? Mostly specifically from the president saying that China wasn't going to be buying H200 chips. Chip stocks are down.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Will Powell give a farewell speech now? His farewell
speech. Is this
Lucid
you're trading on now, John? Someone wants to know.
Yeah, I trade on a mix of Lucid and Take Profit right now. Take Profit has a 50% off sale going on. So look at the Nasdaq coming back higher. All right, guys, so look, we're up to 29.2s. Watch like 245s right here. Right around the 200 EMA.
Hey, Britt, what did you and all the CEOs talk about on the plane ride to China? Mostly it was a bunch of people screaming, how did you get on this plane?
Right, yeah, that's fair. I was screaming that too. Yeah.
You're ridiculous, John.
All right. We gotta be serious. We got 9 minutes until the opening bell.
Yep. 5B.
It's yields? Well, it's a mix of all of it, right? Yields are up because of high inflation data all week. Japan PPI yesterday. The day before we had US PPI data crazy high. CPI data was pretty high relative to expectations. It's a mix of a lot of different things. Is the reason why we're red today in most markets. It's just, a mix of Nvidia being disappointed in no China chip purchases. They're going for what they, say is domestic chip production. High inflation data everywhere. No end in sight for the Iran conflict. Negotiations kind of stalled, right? And markets, even with that, have been breaking all-time highs and doing crazy stuff. So.
Speaking of domestic production, I honestly haven't kept up with it too much. Is anybody up to date on how far along the U.S. is on domestic chip production, building factories and stuff?
I know Nvidia is building a factory here, right? So I know Nvidia is building one here.
Okay, but we're still like probably in the permitting phase, I would imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're begging for money, I'm gonna put you in timeout. The yields are high. That's why I also mentioned that HQ hit the daily 200 fib level. Well, there's a bunch of reasons, really.
Intel built foundries. Cool.
Banging two rocks together. All right, guys, here we go. Market on open data should be dropping pretty soon here. Pretty soon. Yeah, so we're trading a mix of evals and funded accounts today, but let's see what we get. It is Friday, guys. It's option expiry day. Wash did get confirmed. But I am going to look to trade the opening bell here. All right, let's see if the market on open data swings this here. Probably not much commercial
interest. Do you think
it will? Market on open data? I'm not sure. Market's kind of flat waiting for it here. We'll see what it looks like. But are you shorting Nvidia? No, I'm not shorting Nvidia. I'm not going to short Nvidia. One of the strongest AI chip stocks, obviously. I'm not going to short that. Even if it does go down, I don't think the edge is high enough. You know, the risk of holding too long and losing money on the upside is too high. Yeah, though. All right, look at the Nasdaq here, guys. Nasdaq back up. Here's the 200 EMA. There's the market on open data. More buys than expected here on it. But the Nasdaq's starting to creep up. There's the 200 EMA. Do I want to short this here? How much time we got to the opening bell?
5 minutes.
I'm going to short it up here. I know it's a risky thing. I'm going to take a very small size trade, though, and just wait. We're already very green on the day. Yeah, I'm going to just immediately cut this and get out. It's not worth it. That's a lot of green coming in at the market on open. Must have been a lot of buys. I was hoping we would have reject here when we didn't. I'm just going to get out. I am with yes going up. Do you think the push up, since there's like 3 million options, puts closing in only like 100K? Yeah, I mean, we could. That's. We're down so much. There's some bad news floating around. I think the Nasdaq does probably want 30,000. We're very close to 30K. And so, we'll see. I don't think either one of them is guaranteed, and I think sometimes when the whole market thinks we're going one way, we actually go the other. So you got to look at that dynamic as well. Market opens up in, what, 4 minutes? So, we'll see. Remember, guys, Apex did restart their 90% off sale right now. If you look at Apex, guys, if you use my link number 1, you can get the max discount. But look at Apex. Apex restarted their sale. 90% off. If you buy a 50K eval, I think it's 34 bucks. Wait a minute. Did their sale end already? Hold on. Because this has changed. This used to be 1990. I don't know where to go. Now I'm confused. It's back up to 90%. Ends May 19th. Oh, it's up to 90% off. 1 day to pass. Yeah, you can pass these in 1 day. Still very cheap. End of day drawdown options. No payout denials. No MAE. Rule 5-1. Risk reward rule built in scaling. 50% consistency. You can pass these in 1 day as well. 25K intraday is only $24.90. End of day is 35 bucks. So 35 bucks for the end of day trail option, which is the better option for sure. I like the 50K one, $39.99. Like, I'd rather buy the end of day 50 option. It's $39.95, and I think right now it's cheaper. Yeah, right now it's cheaper. So use coupon code BGT. I'll put the link up if you want to help support the channel. All right, look at the Nasdaq still ripping up though. Still ripping up. Here's the Apex link. Right, I start to sell. Look at this rip. Bulls are back ahead of the opening bell though, man. Maybe the OPEX is making people excited. I don't know. We're at 270s right now, 270s. What's the all-time high now? It's like what? I keep scrolling. I'm gonna keep scrolling. There it is. 784 all-time high. Nasdaq right here. Still got a ways away. All right, so we're starting to rebound back up. We have this level at 400s that I could short as well, but I don't know if I'm going to.
China calls EU's foreign subsidy investigation improper extraterritoriality.
All right, guys, here's the opening bell here. We got 10 seconds left, 10 seconds, give or take. Oh, 12 seconds, but still.
Going bull on the open.
Bull or bear at the opening bell, guys. Let me know in chat right now. Bull or bear. Parabolic thing crash. 20 seconds. Hit the live button next to the play button if you're delayed here. If you heard that bell late, hit the live button next to the play button. All right, so there's the opening bell. Nasdaq still pretty green on it. I gotta wait 5 minutes, 4 minutes to trade this, but we're pretty green still. All right, so we're coming down here. We're back to 250s. We're right at the 200 exponential on a 1 minute chart as well. Let's see if this holds. Bull, bear, bear, bull, bear. Pretty split. 69% said yes, the AI sector is overvalued. Today is a DCA day anyway. Nasdaq coming back down at the open, getting close to these low levels again. Look at that bounce right here. You see 29,200. So we did bounce directly off of that.
Yeah. If the bounce holds, because that's a pretty decent red candle.
Yeah. I kind of want to short into it. What time is it? I can't do it. I got to follow my rules.
Nobody will know, John.
I know.
You know?
Peer pressure, man. Peer pressure. I feel
Yeah.
it. I can feel it. All right, we're back up. We're at 240s. Oh, I see red. Do me a favor, hit the like button. How many likes we got here? Oh, we're waiting to trade.
236 is what I see, but let me refresh.
Okay, that's good. I mean, we need 300, but
Still 236. Help us get to 300, guys. If you do, you're awesome.
Yeah. All right, we're at 260
Why in the heck would you want to short it? Someone asked.
because we're pretty close to lows. I don't really want to short it. I'm just saying as we get closer to the lows, it looks more interesting. That was a big green candle, though. A big retracement candle, I should say.
Yeah.
It's still too close to the bell, though. I gotta follow my rules. I don't necessarily want to do anything yet. We are watching you non-rule breaking. I know, man. I know. Time to watch paint dry because of OPEX. You think we're gonna have chop today because of it?
Yeah, for all you people saying John lacks discipline, see, you're wrong. I mean, there was a bunch of them were saying it, John. You probably didn't notice, but
I know. I saw it. I could feel it. You know.
His feelings were very hurt.
All right, I could feel them saying that. All right, so we're starting to dip.
Man, this is disappointing.
What time is it? 20 seconds. I can trade. John breaks rules. I'm taking it 10 seconds early. Short. Don't copy me. I'm not an investment professional. There we go. Don't bounce at 200 though. Don't do it. Might add a little bit more here. Take a little bit more here. There we go. You'd love to see it. I'm going to take some more off now. I'm going to cut some more at this level. A little scalp here. We're pretty close to the bell. I can hold the rest now pretty safe. There we go. Take a little bit more off here. Hold the last little baby piece. Don't break even stop me out here. Come on now. Don't do it. All right, I'm out. I got out break even. I made money on the trade, but it's a little scalp. We'll be all right. We got out just in time.
Looks like it might have been a good time to go long.
Yeah, I got out right in time. Chinese Minister of Justice urges the EU to immediately correct its erroneous practices and create a fair, just, and predictable market environment for Chinese EU cooperation. If the EU insists on overstepping its bounds, China will resolutely retaliate. Very choppy open right now.
It's an addendum to the one I read earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, we're very flat at this point in time, though.
Trump to Fox, I didn't underestimate anything on Iran. I don't know what they're talking about, but whatever.
Yeah, I see that. Nvidia down 3.6% today. 227s right now. Nvidia had a red open as well. Kind of want to short this now, though, dude. Is this the wrong move? Give me a bounce. I'll short it. Alright, I'm gonna short this bounce. Alright. I'll add to it if it goes in my favor. Feed me lows of the day. Not highs of the day, lows. At 200 level, we're really having a hard time. I'm green. I could take a little off right now, but I want to let this one work a little bit more. I want to add a little bit more to this. It looks like it's about to go up, though. But maybe not. Maybe it goes down here, guys. I immediately liquidate half of it, or 2/3 of it. Alright. I'll wait now.
I'm still wanting to turn down.
Yeah, I'm still in a very small trade here. Sorry, I forgot to put my PLN up. We already took profit, but we're very choppy here. It's hard to make money. You know, the biggest thing is, like, I'm trying to stick to discipline in regards to, like, only adding to winners. And if you do that, it makes your losses pretty tiny. Like, it allows you to grind up easier. And so I add to winners and I hold it break even a lot. And what it means is I get stopped out a lot. But when it works, it works. There we go. There we go. Could be lows of the day.
Now I hear the music.
Hello?
When you're in. Oh, I see. Now y'all go to the breakfast place.
Shh. I wasn't gonna tell them where they're going, Britt. Shh.
Hey.
But yeah, Britt, we went specifically because, you know, obviously I just went there, Britt.
I'm just teasing you.
Feed me lows of the day here, guys. Feed me lows of the day. I'm gonna add some more to this, I guess. Feed me lows of the day here. Alright. It's taking too long to break these lows, actually. I'm gonna cut a piece of this now and just lock in some of that. Yep, I'm out. Made money on it for sure, but I got out.
Are you having
what's up?
Are you having any difficulty reading this? Because I mean, I know you're way better at it than me. I'm brand new, but I'm having a little trouble.
No, we're going down. I mean, I've been shorting in a market. You should, you know, like in a downward move. So I mean, I made money on the last few trades for sure. I also recognized that we were about to push higher a little bit at least, and got out pretty well there. Yeah, and so I mean, I'm having an okay time reading it. Up here, it's kind of ambiguous though, because, you know, we could reverse and head back up, you know, or we could, you know, go down and then go up to resistance, reject, and break lows. You know, either one of those things is possible here. I mean, we're in a downward trend, so I think the low break is more likely than a reversal, but either one of those things I don't think is necessarily like super low odds right now. I think, yeah, basically we could go up or down right now, guys. But for now, it's just the longer it takes to break, the less I trust it. So.
Okay. Who are you talking to? What other trader I hear? I think you're just hearing stuff. There's nobody else here.
It's just me. It's just me. Yeah, Nvidia's selling off a little bit. It's at 226s. Looks like I got out right in time too to avoid this drop. So we'll give it time.
Tesla, Nvidia selling hard. Gold breaking down. Is gold still going down?
Yeah, gold's at 40. Or I'm sorry, gold is at 45.30s. It's going down with the market. Gold's macro moving with the market lately. All right, Nasdaq back up to the 200 EMA.
Well, barring some kind of development, all I have is time, Sam, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, we could go up or down from here. We could. I want to short now again. Give me a little bounce, I'll short it. I clicked it and I missed. Alright, that's a good enough bounce. We got a very large cushion on the day, but I don't like this retraction at all here. Yeah, we gotta. I mean, we're still very green, but I just don't trust this now. We'll add to it if it goes in my favor.
Spot silver extends losses, last down over 8%. China's commerce minister meets with Visa CEO.
Yeah, John's a ventriloquist and he does the voice of a guy named Britt. That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and what's awesome is he can do it. And what's really amazing is he can do both of us simultaneously.
That's right. Sometimes I interrupt the other one, you know. True skill.
Amazing.
Yeah, John the ventriloquist.
You give Jeff Dunham a run for his money.
That's right. All right, we're back to lows again. I'm in a short.
Thanks, Sam. I appreciate the encouragement.
Is shorting down here American greed? I think it might be, but I'm in it. Let's see what happens.
You know, in it you might be, but are you in it to win it?
I mean, I'm pretty in it to win it. I wouldn't say I'm always in it to win it. Look, I'm going to keep adding to this. See if we reject at 200 and come back down quickly. Yep. All right, I'm going to take some off. A little bit more off here. Hold the rest close to flat. See if we can crack lows, though. But market's not doing anything. It's really having a hard time going anywhere. All right, I took another one off just because we got to my break-even level. I wanted to see if 200 specifically held it down here, 29,200. But it's just kind of taking too long to do anything. You're talking to someone? I swear I hear someone. Dude, I'm a ventriloquist, brother. Okay?
Let's let him up. Kill, I'm just a friend of his. I started coming on the stream like two and a half months ago.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep gaslighting the dude.
But it was fun, man. It was fun.
Yeah.
I was about to
I like
look
to do
up what
it.
a ventriloquist is. Really make them like, whoa. You know, but it's alright.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't expect him to believe what we were saying, you know.
No, me either. I could just.
All right, here we're at lows here, guys. We're at lows. Let's see if it holds.
Oh, okay, sorry. That was just funny.
All right, we're at lows. I'm gonna add to this. See if we break again. All right, we went down to lows, tapped it, and then retraced back higher here. There we go. I'm gonna take a little bit more off here, just lock this in, and then sit on the rest. If we get a breakdown, great, I'll take it too, but... All right, I'm out right there. Red showing up in markets right now, though. We are red today. Mostly shorting. Are you guys have you guys been longing or shorting the market right now? I've mostly been short. Mostly. Short, one long so far, long. Green off them puts. Green is good, my friend. Green is good, dude. Switch to long of the day. Shorts down, shorties all day. At least for now. 50-50 split. Nasdaq just cracked lows again.
So, hypothetically, what would happen to your trade if you held it till market close?
Nothing. I mean, I might either be big red, big green, or flat, you know.
No, I mean, does it like roll over to the next day or?
In futures?
Yeah.
In futures, it depends on the firm. Some prop firms automatically close your positions at the end of the day. Some let you trade through it, and then you lose the funded if you trade through it. Some are a mix, so it depends on which ones, you know. Depends on the broker,
Okay.
depends on the platform, depends on the firm, you know.
Okay. I'm just curious.
No, that's all good. If you're just trading a regular futures account, yeah, you can hold it overnight or do whatever, you know. Futures close for an hour every day, and they're open the rest. They're open 23 hours a day. Buying now. I'm not gonna buy now yet, Robert. Short. Say most people are short right now, but
What about now?
I'm not gonna ask him again. You know what's weird is that yesterday I got like 5.5 hours of sleep. I still felt more awake than I did now, and I got like 7. Weird.
I do the same thing. Sometimes I feel like you get more sleep than you need, and it just makes you feel worse.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sam.
All right, guys.
Real
Trying to pop
question,
back
why do they-
higher.
Real question: why do they close for an hour? Someone asks.
They call it maintenance. You need slush coffee again. I really thought this was going to happen with the PPI print. Yeah, I thought this would happen on Wednesday. Wednesday, instead, we broke all-time highs. This is mostly chip related, though. Like, okay, if we look at Nvidia here, right? Nvidia on the left. Here's a 1-minute chart. Nvidia's down pretty significantly, and it's starting to rebound back up. So in turn, the Nasdaq's starting to rebound back up. MU, red open. You know, market was red at the opening bell. AMD, red open, starting to rebound. You know, so like chip stocks, AI stocks were down today. That's what's driving this move. I mean, the inflation prints are bad. Yields are up a lot this morning, but overall, a lot of this downward pressure is from the chip news. Basically, China is not going to be buying H200 chips. They said, according to the president. Which that way, if the president had to admit something that wasn't good like that, you know it's true, right? So. Up to 29.2s. Not too comfortable entering shorts near oversold territory. Yeah, no, I feel you. That's why I start small. And again, going back to it, I think the best way is to start like small size, add to it if it goes in your favor. You know, a lot of the time you're going to get faked out, but the risk is going to be small. And when you win, it's going to be a much larger win is what I kind of shoot for, you know.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, join our Discord, guys. Our Discord completely free. Here's the link. Check it out. I just put the Discord
Be there,
link in the
be
chat.
square.
Yeah, that's right. Sam said the news before it was announced.
I saw that.
Yeah, TLT heading back to the low 80s. So bond
Good
prices.
call, Sam.
That means yields are up, bond prices are down. Still a lot of downside. But I still have all-time high PTSD. Yeah, AMD rejecting a lot of chip stocks are rejecting right around the 200 exponential. Like, look, here's the 200 EMA that we are rejecting right around that spot.
Hot gold down nearly 3% to 45.10.
Is his name Jimmy? Yeah, that's him.
Gimme.
Yeah. Jimmy Eats Traits is his name.
It's actually a good name for a channel.
Yield Taco? What do you mean Taco? What do you think he's going to do that goes against what he said previously? Eric, due to yields? Yields are up, inflation's high. What do you think he's going to do? You think he's going to compromise more in Iran? Is what you're saying, maybe? I'm gonna short this bounce again. Very small though. We're gonna start small. We're gonna add to it if it goes in my favor, like we've been doing. All right, we're probably gonna start cutting this. I'll give it one more second, but I just took a piece, like half of that off. I'll add it back if it starts to look better, but we got back to close to flat, so we're gonna limit our risk. Add back if it starts breaking down again. Is there a box formed? Well, there's a range. You mean an orb? I mean, there's kind of one, but we already cracked lows after 45. So. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this. We're getting over the 200 exponential. I don't like that at all. It looks like a reversal. We got out in time, it looks like. Just to put this into perspective, though, we are very green on the day. Very green. This is the P&L today. But this is the accuracy today. With the trading style I've been using, we are running 67.74, basically 68% today, accuracy.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You just couldn't make 69, huh?
I know, dude. It's looking a little bit better for a long, though. I might pivot to the long side, too, up to the VWAP if we get a reasonable enough pullback down to maybe like 240s here. I need 240s or something like that, though, first. S&P fighting back. See gold retracing a little bit back up. I might not get my pullback here though, guys. I don't mind where we're at in the volume profile either. I don't calculate it, Caleb. It automatically populates from my platform here. All right, there's a pullback. It might give me 50s instead. Is this greedy going long now after I just went short? I missed it. I wanted 240s. It went down to 246, dude. Happened really quick, too. Boo, man, boo.
Boo this man.
I know, boo this chart, dude. Dollar index.
What do you use to calculate your win-loss rate?
Did you just change your name, Shah? Didn't Toxic have a similar symbol in front of his name this morning? OPEX shenanigans.
Shah's been there almost since the beginning, at least.
All right, look, let me see if I get a dip to buy. I don't like 250s. Give me 240s. There we go. I'll add slowly into this down to 240. That way I don't miss it if it goes. All right, there we go. That's what I wanted here. All right, we're gonna take 3 contracts here. Take some of this off again. I don't like that at all. My risk level here is about 210, 215, but we're getting close to it now, unfortunately. What a candle, dude. Worst time to enter. Fake out. Yeah, I mean, look, with options expiry today, it might not be the best time. What does that mean? Oh. What the heck? How in the heck when I scroll over it does the symbol disappear, dude? What is going on? What does that even mean? Does it mean he's a top fan? I don't know what that means. Yeah, now the symbol's gone. Is it the Dixie symbol? No. I'm about to AI this quickly. Alright guys, I'm just getting faked out today. I mean, I'm still green on the day, but look at the Nasdaq start to break all the way back down. It looks red, but we are so choppy right now. Okay, I figured out what the symbol was. I was tripping out for a second. Alright. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, so you see me in this trade now. I just took some off here. I want to give it a second to go back down to lows, though. We're at lows of the day again. Feed me lows of the day again. Let's see if it holds. I might add to it a little bit more back if we bounce. I like the volume profile area we're at now. And we have the cushion on the day to justify it. Well, there goes my profit on the day just from shenanigans. I'll hold it now because it looks like it might come right back down. What a weird swing here, man. This is probably stopping people out left and right. Y'all be careful. We have a cushion on the day so we can do this, but y'all be careful. Yeah, that's how I feel, Chris. Crisscross applesauce. That's how I feel. I know, shenanigans is what this is. We're still green all the day, even with this trade, but less green now. We start to go up more. We're back in the high volume area of the profile. I wanted to see if we break down back below it, but it's kind of a wide range. So yeah, I'm gonna have to cut more. Yeah, it seems reasonable in the downtrend. Like, I don't mind attacking it this way. We got room, but like, it's also very, very boxy trade today. We're kind of sideways. The only way to really make money like in the last 10-20 minutes is, yeah, we're gonna have to cut it. Oh my gosh, dude, I just added more. I did not mean to do that, guys. Did not mean to do that.
Well, maybe it'll work out in your favor.
No, I'm getting out. I'm not gonna hold through that. It's too risky. Now we're ending red on the day, and that's all right. We've had like multiple green days in a row. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna bow out for the day. I think we took a risk with profit, and now we got back down to no profit, and that's all right. That's all right, guys.
There's also not much happening, so
Yeah, well, it's sideways. It's kind of boring. Anyways, my friends, hopefully you guys did better than me today. We took a shot. Y'all be careful today, guys. A lot of craziness is going on. We'll see you guys next week, bright and early. We got Fed Minutes next week and more going live. So stick around, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Shout out to all the subscribers today. We got a bunch. So we did get a lot of subscribers. And
awesome. Thanks, guys. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate all you guys. Thanks so much.
Very much. Anyway, later, guys.
Again, check out Lucid.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good, bro. Check out Lucid if you haven't already. Great way to help support the channel. You can check out Apex 90% off. Remember, code BGT. BGT at checkout will get you the max discount all the time, guys. All the time. And yeah, I appreciate the love. Sucks, but this is why I follow you. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, Alex, my guy. Thank you, brother. We try. You know, we try. I'm looking at jumping right back in short, but maybe I shouldn't. You know. Sometimes it'll chip away at these lows. But, alright, this is my last try. My last try. I'm like, hey guys, I'm leaving. Just kidding. You know, watch me lose again. Remember, take profit, guys, also has a 50% off. This is a take profit eval right now. So alright, now I'm getting out of here. Ravens versus Saints. Bibby, my guy. Hey, I'm gonna get a team. Alright, I'm out of here. I'm actually leaving this time. Leaving this time. Wait, let me jump in one more trade. No, I'm just joking. Alright. Later, guys. Have a great day.